Lanny Davis tells MSNBC's Rachel Maddow that Cohen is ready to talk.
Mr. Cohen has knowledge on certain subjects that should be of interest to the special counsel and is more than happy to tell the special counsel all that he knows.
The president's current lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, said in a statement there is no allegation of any wrongdoing against the president in the government's charges against Mr. Cohen. In Washington, Jill Nato, Fox News.
At about the same time Cohen pleaded guilty, the president's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, was convicted on 8 of the 18 tax and bank fraud charges against him, with the jury failing to reach a verdict on the others. Police in Iowa say a man in the country illegally confessed to murdering a University of Iowa student who'd been missing for a month, that he'd followed her while she was out jogging, and she threatened to call the police.
Authorities say that 24-year-old Christian Rivera has been charged with first-degree murder in the death of 20-year-old Molly Tibbetts. Authorities say Rivera has been living in this country illegally for 4 to 7 years. Police say Rivera led them to that cornfield about 13 miles away from Molly Tibbetts' hometown of Brooklyn, Iowa, and it was there in that cornfield where they believe they found the body of Molly Tibbetts.
That's Fox's Matt Finn. State Treasurer Mark Gordon wins the Republican primary for governor in Wyoming. President Trump at the last minute had endorsed the billionaire businessman Foster Friesen in that race. Fox News, fair and balanced.
.97.1 News Time, 5:02. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Fox 2's Dave Murray. Partly sunny and nice today with a high of 80. Clear and cool tonight, low of 58. Partly sunny, nice again tomorrow with a high of 80. It's 66 degrees right now. The family of Bill Asher, an Afton man killed in last month's duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake, has filed a lawsuit. The U.S. Coast Guard has already referred the investigation to federal prosecutors to consider a potential criminal investigation after 17 people were killed. The Missouri Attorney General's office is also conducting a criminal investigation. Police are investigating a double shooting near the Grand Metrolink station. Officials say it started last night with a fight at the nearby Chipotle, then continued as they made their way to a bus stop. One man was injured after being shot in the face. Another was shot in the chest and later died. The suspect ran from the scene and remains at large. The Bommarito IndyCar 500 is expected to have a huge economic impact on the St. Louis metro area. The event will bring thousands of people and about $40 million to the St. Louis and Metro East community. The race will be held at Gateway Motorsports Park on Saturday. This report brought to you by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. The sign you have the very best in fences, decks, patios, and sunrooms. 97.1 News Time, 5:03. It's 66 degrees. Sports is brought to you by STL Fence Works, where your satisfaction is their passion. The Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 in Los Angeles last night. With the win, the Cardinals moved atop the National League wildcard standings by a half game over the Brewers, and they're 2.5 games behind the division-leading Cubs. Yadier Molina and Marcell Ozuna hit 2-run homers, and starter Daniel Ponce de Leon allowed 1 run and 5 hits in 4 innings. Bud Norris earned his 26th save. Jack Flaherty gets a start tonight as they wrap up the 3-game series. Game time is 9:10. First baseman Matt Adams is back with the Cardinals. They claimed him off waivers yesterday from the Nationals, who will receive only cash considerations in return. This report brought to you by Clayton Sleep Institute. Learn the cause of your sleep problems. Better sleep, better life. ClaytonSleep.com. 97.1 News Time, 5:04. It's 66 degrees.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, light winds, lower humidity, 70s to near 80 degrees. Tonight, clear and cool, 70s for evening plans, 58 for the overnight low. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny and nice. Temperatures again near 80 degrees. Looking for showers and thunderstorms developing Thursday night and into Friday. We got a hot weekend coming up. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
It's 5:04 and 66 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This hour brought to you by Lance Drury Law. IRS problems? Call local attorney Lance Drury for legal help. 314-260-6120 or go to lancedrurylaw.com. This is the Long-Term Care Minute. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, of the 16 million veterans who served during World War II, less than 558,000 are still alive. To make things worse, many of them now need long-term care. With the average cost of nursing home care approaching $7,000 monthly, we wondered, what should veterans do? For some advice on this, we called on long-term care expert and best-selling author Don Quante. So Don, what should our veterans do?
Well, quite simply, we recommend our veterans get a free copy of my book, Tax-Free Money for Long-Term Care, where they will learn about a little-known veterans benefit that may allow them to receive up to $26,000 a year tax-free to pay for long-term care. Give me a call right now. The next 30 listeners will get a free copy of my book.
That sounds great, Don. Just call 800-256-1607. That's 800-256-1607. This has been the Long-Term Care Minute.
Honey, it's time. We can't put it off another year. If you've heard this from your spouse lately, then you've probably spent some time outside lamenting the condition of your home. Unattractive siding, old drafty windows. If you can't stand another season with these, call Banner Construction today. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor, which means we have the expertise to properly install top quality James Hardie fiber cement siding on any home. When you hire Banner, you're not just purchasing products. You're investing in 25 years of home improvement expertise with a company that cares about the final result. Banner also installs James Hardie's Beechworth windows. Beechworth windows are beautiful wood windows with maintenance-free exteriors. Compare to Marvin, Pella, or Renewal by Andersen, and you'll see that Beechworth has the best features from each brand, all in one incredible window. Don't put it off another day. Call Banner Construction at 314-569-1050. And have a Banner day. Call 314-569-1050.
Jewels on Hampton and St. Louis Hills pays some of the highest prices for gold diamonds, semi-precious stones, silver, coins, and currency. From jewelry, watches, antiques, and collectibles, the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Jewels on Hampton offers fantastic attentive service, as well as the best prices in the metro area. Looking for a new watch? Jewels on Hampton has an extensive collection of modern and vintage watches, carrying some of the top premier brands, even unique pocket watches. Jewels on Hampton features a full-service jewelry and watch repair department to restore your jewelry, watch, or heirloom to like-new condition, from cleaning to resetting. Got gold? Get paid at Jewels on Hampton at 4506 Hampton Avenue, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Learn more at jewelsonhampton.com or call 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. Jewels on Hampton, a St. Louis hidden gem.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael White, a general dentist located in the Sunset Hills area. Starting on my 10th year as an advertiser on 97.1, I would like to thank everyone for their loyal support for this wonderful radio station. One of the new trends in dentistry today involve large dental corporations buying out private dental offices. The problem with this is that many times you don't know who will be doing your dental care. In fact, you may not even recognize anybody working there. My promise to you is that when you call my office, you will always know who your dentist will be. My name is Dr. Michael White. I strive to always maintain affordable fees, and with over 25 years' experience, you can have the confidence that I can help you with whatever type of dental problem you're having. My phone number is 314-270-8552, 314-270-8552, or visit our website at sunsethills.dentist. That's sunsethills.dentist. And thanks for listening.
Get started on your home's to-do list. Is your siding cracked, faded, and rotting? Tired of putting a Band-Aid on your home? Now, through August 31st, Lakeside Exteriors is offering you 18 months interest-free financing or free entry door with the purchase of siding, soffit, and fascia. Give your home the facelift it deserves from professionals you know and trust. And call Lakeside Exteriors at 636-978-5000 or visit us at lakesideexteriors.com. Lakeside Exteriors, helping you create your dream home.
This hour brought to you by Lance Drury Law. IRS problems? Call local attorney Lance Drury for legal help. 314-260-6120 or go to lancedrurylaw.com.
The Marc Cox Show.
I want to compliment your show on how fair and level-headed everything you guys talk about.
Who is this guy? He's saying what we've been saying forever.
Maybe what we need from a conservative standpoint is
The Marc Cox Show.
I respect that. We don't agree.
Listen to both sides.
Let's get it on. Is The Marc Cox Show.
Very sad about that. It doesn't involve me, but I still feel, it's a very sad thing that happens. This has Nothing to do with Russian collusion. This started as Russian collusion. This has absolutely nothing to do. This is a witch hunt, and it's a disgrace.
There's the president yesterday as he was getting ready to board Marine One or the Air Force One there to take off for his speech in West Virginia. So, Denise, how about those Cardinals?
How about those Cardinals? It's a little messy last night with some people running into each other out in the field, but, they won.
Yeah, anything else going on?
Matt Adams
besides
is
the
back.
Cardinals winning, Matt Adams is back.
Yeah.
At least there's nothing big else going on around the country, though. We're in good shape. Nothing to talk about
Nothing
today.
to talk about. Let's just talk about the Cardinals.
Z-Man, good morning.
Morning.
How's it going, brother? You all right this morning?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to
Easier
hear
every
that.
day.
It's getting easier every day.
Yeah.
Trisha's kicking back on the beach somewhere, having a little fun
And
this
that's
week.
all Trisha needs to know.
We appreciate Zach and Brian helping us out this week.
Brian's been doing great.
He is doing a great job. Absolutely. Glad to have him on board. That's for sure. I don't know, folks. Yesterday, we're going to get to the soapbox on this coming up here in a minute, so I don't want to give too much away. But it was a disconcerting day yesterday, to say the least, because you've got the people on the left salivating that there's a there, and they think they've got what they've been looking for all along on the president. And the sad thing about it is that as I've said all along, it was never about Russian collusion. It was never about the election being stolen. It was about feelings being hurt that Hillary Clinton didn't assume her position as queen, and the decision made early on that they would take him out at any cost. And that is exactly what this all came down to yesterday. A couple of guilty pleas, nothing to do with Russian collusion, and that's what it is. And the biggest evidence, the biggest piece of evidence I can toss at you right now for why you can't believe anything coming out of the mouth of Michael Cohen is who his attorney is. Were you in here that day that we first discussed who Michael Cohen's attorney is?
I don't remember.
It's former Bill Clinton friend and attorney Lanny Davis.
Okay.
So a Clinton family attorney volunteered to take Michael Cohen's case. Can you imagine why that is? And last night went on the Rachel Madcow show and suggested that he knows a lot more, and he would be more than happy to talk to the special prosecutor.
Of course.
Imagine that. Yeah. So that this thing was set up from the get-go. The minute I heard that Lanny Davis, who's been in bed with the Clintons since Bill was in bed with Monica, and was hired on to defend him through that whole thing, the minute I heard that, I knew where this was going to go. There was just no doubt about it. And are there echoes here of the Greitens case? Well, I told you during the Greitens case that the Greitens case was an echo of what was going on nationally with Trump. There are a lot of similarities there, so we're gonna get to more on that. This Molly Tibbetts case, what a heartbreaker!
Yes.
What a heartbreaker. We reported yesterday morning that they had found a body they believed belonged to her, and of course, around 4:00 yesterday, authorities came out and confirmed that was indeed what happened, and then, to add insult to injury, we find out that it was an illegal alien, a criminal illegal alien in this country who shouldn't have been here, who stole her life just like one stole Kate Steinle's life in California. I mean, that's a sanctuary city out there. Iowa's not, but still, the left wing in this country should be a little bit humbled this morning. They should be set back on their heels this morning for daring to go out and not just point fingers at ICE and libel and slander them on a daily basis, but to suggest that we should do away with immigration and customs enforcement, who can't keep up with the demand right now. There's so many people in this country who shouldn't be here, who need to leave. yesterday. This guy was one of them. Why in the world they hadn't gotten around to him yet, I don't know. But the left will look you in the eye and tell you, well, he came here to escape violence in his own country. He came here and he murdered an American. That's what he did. Shouldn't have been here to begin with. When they build the wall, it should be called Molly's Wall or Kate's Wall. That's what they need to do, because had we had those systems in place, as the president's been talking about, this wouldn't have happened.
When we left yesterday after finding out that they believed the body was found, that is not the direction I thought this story was going to go.
No, me neither. Not at all. Not at all. And this morning it gets back to the very heart of the immigration issue when the president talks about the bad people who sneak into this country. I've got a great interview I'm going to play for you coming up here. The mother of another victim of an illegal alien, almost in tears, heartbroken. She herself is an immigrant, came here legally, and her son was murdered at the hands of an MS-13 gang member. And she's just beside herself that this has happened yet again to a young, beautiful girl who was doing nothing other than minding her own business and going for a jog.
Yeah.
This guy should never have been here. We're going to talk more about it. We'll get to the soapbox. I'm going to get to your phone calls coming up in just a few minutes. The other big news yesterday that kind of got buried in all of this stuff with Manafort and Cohen is the fact that the president keeps on winning and he keeps moving us forward. And he handed a victory yesterday to common sense by rolling back this ridiculous so-called clean power plan of the Obama administration, which was nothing other than an attempt to crush the coal industry in this country. That's what it was all about. And the president stepped in yesterday, and he's changed that. And we've got the acting director of the EPA is going to join us a little later this morning in the 8 o'clock hour. Be sure and stick around for that. I've got Jeff Manasso coming up to talk about this Tibbetts case. Genevieve Wood from Heritage is going to join us. We've got the bottom line. We got Blues tickets to give away. It's all coming up this morning on the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
97.1 News Time, 5:19. It's 66 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. The family of Bill Asher, an Afton man killed in last month's duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake, has filed a lawsuit. Police are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead near a Metro bus stop on Grand. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night. They wrap up the series tonight at 9:10. 97.1 News Time, 5:19.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, no weather issues this morning, but we've got an accident, 44, in the Gray Summit area involving an overturned tractor trailer. And they think that the roadway will be closed for a little while. Again, this is 44 in the Gray Summit area. So if that is part of your commute, looks like traffic is being diverted around it at this hour. And there's not much of a delay yet. It looks like most of the problem is westbound. That's the heaviest volume, but eastbound is slow as well. Again, overturned tractor trailer this morning near Highway 100 in Gray Summit. So just know that there's a detour in place. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 5:20.
Make room for summer fun by getting rid of unwanted junk. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is happy to help. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Have you discovered the Lombardo difference? Discover unrivaled quality and extraordinary details. Discover customization perfectly suited to you. Discover Cambridge Falls, an exquisite Lombardo Homes community located on the east side of Wilmer Road, north of Highway N in Wentzville. Cambridge Falls offers ranch and colonial homes from 2,000 to over 3,000 square feet, all with a finished recreation room in the lower level, starting in the high 200s. Cambridge Falls is proud to be part of the acclaimed Wentzville School District. To learn more, visit lombardohomes.com.
Jewels on Hampton and St. Louis Hills pays some of the highest prices for gold diamonds, semi-precious stones, silver, coins, and currency. From jewelry, watches, antiques, and collectibles, the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Jewels on Hampton offers fantastic attentive service, as well as the best prices in the metro area. Looking for a new watch? Jewels on Hampton has an extensive collection of modern and vintage watches, carrying some of the top premier brands. Even unique pocket watches. Jewels on Hampton features a full-service jewelry and watch repair department to restore your jewelry, watch, or heirloom to like-new condition, from cleaning to resetting. Got gold? Get paid at Jewels on Hampton at 4506 Hampton Avenue, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Learn more at jewelsonhampton.com or call 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. Jewels on Hampton, a St. Louis hidden gem.
If you have retirement questions, you can bet Marvin Mitchell probably has the answer. Join him every Saturday at 4 and Sunday at 1 for Rethinking Retirement. With his years of experience, Marvin can help take the guesswork out of your retirement planning. Rethinking Retirement is your source for all things retirement, from how current events could affect your savings to strategies to maximize your retirement income and everything in between. Don't miss Rethinking Retirement with Marvin Mitchell every Saturday at 4 and Sunday at 1.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael White, a general dentist located in the Sunset Hills area. Starting on my 10th year as an advertiser on 97.1, I would like to thank everyone for their loyal support for this wonderful radio station. One of the new trends in dentistry today involve large dental corporations buying out private dental offices. The problem with this is that many times you don't know who will be doing your dental care. In fact, you may not even recognize anybody working there. My promise to you is that when you call my office, you will always know who your dentist will be. My name is Dr. Michael White. I strive to always maintain affordable fees, and with over 25 years' experience, you can have the confidence that I can help you with whatever type of dental problem you're having. My phone number is 314-270-8552, 314-270-8552, or visit our website at sunsethills.dentist. That's sunsethills.dentist. And thanks for listening.
Hey guys, it's Glover. We have teamed up with Michael's Flooring Outlet to find DGS Superfan with a shout out from their favorite show. Get featured on our website and they'll receive a limited edition DGS Superfan t-shirt courtesy of Michael's Flooring Outlet. Get registered now at 971talk.com/super.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
Baby, lay on back and relax. Kick your pretty feet up on my dash.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Fast. Let's enjoy right here where we at. Who knows where this road is supposed to lead? We got nothing but time.
Fox News is talking about, a girl in Iowa and not this, right?
Now, poor Molly Tibbetts has been reduced to a girl in Iowa. That some girl in Iowa. The left is so transfixed by the belief that there was some, Watergate level announcement yesterday regarding the president that they don't think the murder of Molly Tibbetts, a 20-year-old college student, at the hand of an illegal alien is newsworthy. How dare Fox be talking about the death of some girl out in Iowa? I mean, it's just some girl. It's just somebody's daughter, born and raised in this country, savagely murdered by a criminal who shouldn't have been in our country to begin with, but the left wants to look the other way. That's what's sickening. This child was killed 3 miles from where she lived by some nut job who had apparently been stalking her. How do we know he was in this country for 7 years if ICE wasn't watching him? I mean, there's still lots of questions about who this guy was and what he was involved in, but he should never have been here. We'll get to all of that in a couple of minutes. But there are important things to talk about, like the fact that the media is convinced that the game is up. Go to cut 16, please.
This could be the most consequential day of the Trump presidency yet. It's all happening. Good evening. I'm Chuck Todd.
Yeah, let's get to the soapbox here before we run out of time.
Now, Marc Cox Soapbox.
All right, there's a lot to unpack here. It was a long day in Washington, but basically it gets down to this. The swamp won back yesterday. Democrats and Trump haters across America had sort of a Barry White moment, if you'll allow me some latitude here. Hey, baby, give me a cigarette. That's kind of how they were feeling last night, right? But I would caution you not to count your chickens so fast. What we're seeing in Washington is exactly what I warned everybody about 3 months ago at the end of the Eric Greitens saga. It's a dangerous time in America to be an outsider in a broken system trying to fix it. And it's not because I believe this president is going to step down or is even in any danger of having to step down, but Eric Greitens threatened the establishment, so much so members of his own party took him down. Donald Trump hasn't used the phrase corrupt career politicians, but he often points out that he's not one. And a lot of people in the establishment in Washington are offended by that deeply. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. 2 guilty pleas, one in Washington, one in New York, neither of which had anything to do with Russia or Russian collusion. And $27 million later, and 500 days of investigating later, Bob Mueller has uncovered tax fraud that happened years before Donald Trump became president. Go Bob. In an attempt to save his own hide, Michael Cohen is willing to suggest he broke the law at the urging of the president. Now, I'm not the first one to point this out, but I did, that when you're facing federal charges, a prosecutor will put your boys in the vice first, then start asking questions, which means Cohen is in self-preservation mode. Anything he says or does is an attempt to lessen the amount of time he spends in jail for fraud. He cut a deal with Mueller, or he will. Lanny Davis admitted as much last night, which tells you what this special prosecutor was about to begin with. It was never about collusion. It was about removing Donald Trump from the presidency because the establishment hates him. We're in a 2-tier justice system in this country. Hillary Clinton walks around free after committing multiple federal statute violations with her private email system, and Paul Manafort may go to jail for the rest of his natural life because he cheated the U.S. tax system out of a couple $100,000. Michael Cohen should go to jail for 10 years or more, but he'll get his time shortened for turning on the target of this whole charade, which is Donald Trump. So before you light that cigarette, just remember, this thing is far from over. But it's a reminder of a central government that has grown out of control, filled with corrupt bureaucrats who will do anything to retain power. 314-241-9797. I'll get some phone calls coming up.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, light winds, lower humidity, 70s to near 80 degrees. Tonight, clear and cool, 70s for evening plans, 58 for the overnight low. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny and nice. Temperatures again near 80 degrees. Looking for showers and thunderstorms developing Thursday night and into Friday. We got a hot weekend coming up. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
From the Fox Business Network, Wall Street will be going for a fifth straight winning session today, but analysts say stocks may have a tough time, that the impact of the conviction of former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort and lawyer Michael Cohen's guilty pleas could spill over into the markets. U.S. stock futures are lower ahead of the opening bell, even with mixed results in Asia and Europe. Yesterday, the S&P 500 set an intraday high as the second quarter earnings season wraps up. The S&P up 6 points, the Dow gained 63, the Nasdaq rose 38. Urban Outfitters could be a stock to watch. Late yesterday, it reported better than expected earnings and sales. On the economic front, we'll get the latest on existing home sales and the minutes from the last Federal Reserve meeting regarding its view of interest rates and the economy. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Pat O'Neill.
Doctor, award-winning chief medical correspondent, and Salon Pass user, Dr. Bob Arnott.
For pain relief, the best solution may surprise you. I found that Salon Pass Lidocaine Plus works best for my pain. It's powerful, available without a prescription, and uses 2 anesthetics to numb nerves right where it hurts. It starts to work on contact, providing effective, lasting pain relief I can count on.
Salon Pass, in the silver box with the blue wave.
Fox Business, brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, your dealer for Marvin Windows and Doors in the St. Louis region. FisherWindow.com. Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
44 westbound, there is an accident involving an overturned tractor trailer this morning. This is near Highway 100, Gray Summit, and we are getting reports this could be a fatality. It's an overturned tractor trailer. The highway is closed. Traffic is being diverted around it, and it may be the entire morning for the rush hour that this is shut down. So please find an alternate today. Right now, traffic is diverted, and there's not a huge jam, but it's just because it's so early. Again, an accident involving a tractor trailer, westbound 44, closed in both directions at Highway 100. Now, we also have an accident reported this morning, westbound 70 near Wright City, that involving a tractor trailer. Highway, though, does appear open in that area. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 5:33.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Summertime is the best time for adventure. Time to set the standard, blaze the trail, and go above and beyond. Because nothing beats the luxury and capability of a Land Rover, capable of taking you on a summer adventure you'll never forget. Right now at Land Rover St. Louis, save $19,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 Land Rover Range Rover Sport Supercharged V8. Your summer adventure awaits at Land Rover St. Louis, a Plaza Motor Company on Olive Boulevard in Creve Coeur, and online at LandRoverSt.Louis.com. MSRP $90,716.
This is Tammy with Tammy Mitchell Hines & Company Real Estate in the Metro East. We sell a house every 30 hours. Buying a home is a big decision and a big investment. It's where your child will take their first steps. It's where you will plant your first garden. It's where your family will enjoy Christmas mornings. Your new home is a place to go to escape the world. It's your home, and your memories start here. Let us help you get there. Go to calltammy.com. That's calltammy.com.
Join 97.1 at the inaugural Vet Fest Live on Saturday, September 1st for a multi-entertainment event celebrating veterans and their families. The all-day festival in House Springs kicks off with a golf tournament, followed by live country and blues music, world-class barbecue, local sports celebrities, and a charity bike raffle from Gold Star Harley-Davidson. Plus, meet Vet Fest founder and author Mark Green and learn about the Warriors Code movement to help veterans and their families. Get details on Vet Fest Live at 971talk.com.
Marc Cox,
Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox.
This reaction just in this morning, little breaking news here, in reaction to someone else being convicted of tax fraud.
RESPICT.
Apparently, the Reverend Al has a lot of respect for Michael Cohen since he committed tax fraud, was owed millions of dollars in back taxes, and has never spent a day in jail or been pulled in front of a court. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing the double standard in this country? Just amazing. By the way, in case you missed it, and there's a good chance you might have, because if you're smart, you don't listen to MSNBC. But last night, Rachel Maddow she was giddy. Rachel Maddow was giddy last night. Remember, she broke down in tears the night Donald Trump was elected. This is your new reality. No, you haven't died and gone to hell. I can't even imitate her voice at all. Even though she sounds a lot like me, I can't imitate her voice. I have a hard time doing it. Lanny Davis only appeared on MSNBC, right? Because Lanny Davis is Bill Clinton's attorney, who he hired to clean up all of his dirty work. He's been a hitman for the Clintons for 25 years, and lo and behold, he's now Michael Cohen's attorney, and he's an honest enough person to admit why he's Michael Cohen's attorney. I almost couldn't believe this came out of his mouth, but he only agreed to represent Michael Cohen for one reason. You want to guess what it is? I'll let you listen to it.
When I decided to represent Mr. Cohen, it was because he committed to me early on in many conversations that he wanted to tell the truth about Donald Trump. And we talked about what he knew about Donald Trump. This was one of the subjects. So whether I use the word cooperation or not, and my colleague Guy Petrillo will know the answer to your question, it's truth that Michael Cohen is committed to, and it's the truth that so threatens the President of the United States.
Lanny Davis rushed to represent Michael Cohen. He can say what he wants. He only agreed to take it when he found out that Michael Cohen was willing to lie or say anything he had to save his can, and that would mean inflicting pain on Donald Trump. So Hillary Clinton's lawyer is representing Michael Cohen, who now claims that he did something illegal at the direction of the candidate, who in this case would have been Donald Trump. He didn't mention Trump by name, but Lanny Davis did. Imagine that. Came out on MSNBC and said that even though Michael Cohen pleaded guilty in a district court in New York, right? He was in the Western District of New York, I think it was. He's more than willing to share information with the special prosecutor. I mean, just in case Bob Mueller's watching MSNBC tonight,
right?
We just wanted to send this message because he knows so much more than he said already.
I can't tell you the answer to that question about contacts between Michael and the special counsel, but I can tell you that Mr. Cohen has knowledge on certain subjects that should be of interest to the special counsel, and is more than happy to tell the special counsel all that he knows.
Just by the way, in case you're listening and you want to reduce his sentence anymore, he can make up all kinds of things. More than happy to help you. And by the way, I'm Lanny Davis, and
You're pretty good at that.
I defend the Clintons. Oh, the guy sounds like a little mouse. He's a rat. is what he is. I just can't. I mean, nothing would have surprised me less than finding out that a Democrat lawyer who's in bed with the Clintons rushed to be the defense lawyer for Michael Cohen, who the Democrats are now hanging their hope on might be the thing that ends the Trump presidency. That's the joke about all of this. It really is, and I alluded to it there in the soapbox. I didn't allude to it. I said it. I said it right in the soapbox. They want to the goal from the beginning of the Russian collusion hoax, the ginned up allegations, the Steele dossier, the Bruce Orr DOJ Fusion GPS connection that landed this so-called dossier, this false document on the desk of a sitting president months before the election, and I'm certain it was shared with the Clinton campaign. On top of that, the whole goal was to, number one, deny Donald Trump the presidency, and then he shocked the world and won. So they turned it into the wedge issue they would use to try to impeach him and get him out of office, right? And, of course, it hasn't worked because there was no Russian collusion. So now they moved on to, well, what else is there? Obstruction of justice. Well, there's no obstruction of justice. So what do they move on to? A former porn star pole dancer who shows up on the east side over here all the time to get dollar bills stuffed into her panties is now a legitimate enough witness. Maybe she'll take down the president of the United States. Well, wait a minute. That didn't happen either. What are we going to do now? Let's see. Oh, by the way, his former attorney is now being investigated for fraud, very smartly, not by Bob Mueller, but by another Democrat in New York. So let's put the screws to him and find out if we can get him to come up with something on Trump that we could use to possibly impeach him. You understand that, right? What the term they'll throw around today is an unindicted co-conspirator, which is really an oxymoron. If you're not indicted, if you're a co-conspirator and you're not indicted, you're not a co-conspirator. Whatever they're coming up with here, there's no there is the point. But they want to lead people to believe that, because here's what they're going to do. They're going to go to the electorate in November, the Democrats are. They're going to try to gin up their base. That's what this is about. And convince them, if you'll give us the House back, we'll impeach Donald Trump. Now, he won't have to leave office because the Senate is still going to be in the hands of the Republicans, and the Senate is never going to vote to impeach the president over these made-up allegations. It's never going to happen. But it gives the Democrats an opportunity to come back and get even for what happened to Bill Clinton. That's what this is about. It gives them an opportunity to come back. They're still peeved that Bill Clinton got impeached over the Monica Lewinsky situation. Well, you know what? Bill inserted himself into that situation. Is that a safe way to say that?
Sure.
So whatever came out of that, it was Bill, ultimately, that put himself in that situation. He perjured himself, and he got in trouble for doing that. That's what led to his ultimate impeachment vote. The Democrats see an opportunity to get even with that. That's what this is. That's what this is all about. I thought that Alan Dershowitz made a good point about this last night, and you know, you just have to call it what it is, because there's just no way. There's just no way around it. It's a long bite, but I want you to listen to what Dershowitz says here about the pressure that's been applied to Michael Cohen.
Well, itself, it's not a crime. And if the president had paid it directly, it wouldn't be a crime. The allegation here is that it was Cohen who paid it and made a campaign contribution, which he didn't report, at the direction of the president. And of course, some stations are already playing the funeral music for President Trump. But this is much more complicated and much more nuanced. First of all, the crime itself is very, very vague. They tried to put Edwards, the former presidential candidate, on trial. And of course, they got an acquittal. But second, it really depends completely on the credibility of Cohen. And remember, as Judge Ellis said, when they squeeze people like Manafort or Cohen, they squeeze them not only to sing, but sometimes to compose. And it's very easy to embellish a story. Let's assume hypothetically it's true that he did pay the money and it was designed to help the impact of the election. That wouldn't involve the president. All he has to do then is say, and the president directed me to do it. That's the kind of embellishment that people put on a story when they want to avoid dying in prison.
Dershowitz hits the nail on the head. That's the kind of embellishment that people put on a story when they want to avoid dying in prison. Because Michael Cohen will say or do anything to shorten that jail sentence that's coming down the path. Maybe you can hire Kevin Hart to help him get prepared for his prison sentence.
Just wish Kevin Hart would have followed his own rule and not gone political.
I heard complete shock about that yesterday. Everybody was like, "Oh, Kevin, why did you do that? Oh, Kevin, come on." And
one of the few that really didn't go there.
And he didn't do it just once. He did it several times. He made reference to the whole kneeling controversy and all that. I don't know.
Which means to me this is what he's going to do now moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's staking out his place here. Hey, I tell you what, 314-241-9797. Try to get to some calls here in a minute. You're listening to the Marc Cox Morning Show. More on this Molly Tibbetts case coming up at the top of the hour. We're going to talk to Jeff Manasso from Fox News Radio. We'll be right back.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 5:46. It's 66 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. Westbound 44 is shut down at Gray Summit near Route 100 following a fatal tractor-trailer accident. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. Police are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead near a Metro bus stop on Grand. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night. They played tonight at 9:10. This report brought to you by Page Publishing. Learn how to get your book idea published, sold online and at bookstores. Call now for your free guide, 800-470-4833, 800-470-4833. 97.1 News Time, 5:47. It's 66 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, the accident involving a tractor-trailer Denise mentioned westbound 44 near Highway 100 looks like it will remain closed westbound 44 because of that accident through the commute this morning. Eastbound lanes have been opened. Eastbound 44 is getting by at this hour. Now, it looks like this was a fatality, so they'll have accident reconstruction crews on the scene. So if you're just waking up, westbound 44 being diverted at Gray Summit because of this accident. We also have an accident this morning, westbound 70 near Wright City. That one involving a tractor trailer as well. Elsewhere, things are pretty quiet. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 5:48.
This hour brought to you by Lance Drury Law. IRS problems? Call local attorney Lance Drury for legal help. 314-260-6120 or go to lancedrurylaw.com.
Who needs age spots, wrinkles, or bags under the eyes? Get a more natural, youthful look at Ridenour Plastic Surgery. 314-878-8600 or ridenourplasticsurgery.com. Age beautifully with Ridenour, 878-8600.
Get started on your home's to-do list. Is your siding cracked, faded, and rotting? Tired of putting a Band-Aid on your home? Now, through August 31st, Lakeside Exteriors is offering you 18 months interest-free financing or free entry door with the purchase of siding, soffit, and fascia. Give your home the facelift it deserves from professionals you know and trust. And call Lakeside Exteriors at 636-978-5000 or visit us at lakesideexteriors.com. Lakeside Exteriors, helping you create your dream home.
Are you nearing retirement and wondering if you can afford to retire? Are you worried that you won't have enough income in retirement to live the same lifestyle as you are now? Are you also wondering how the stock market will affect your current retirement plans? This is Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, and we'd like to show you the kind of income your retirement accounts can provide, whether you're retiring now or even in the next 5 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation financial review. We'll build your own personalized structured income plan that will show you exactly the type of retirement you can count on. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my best-selling book, The Boomer's Guide to a Worry-Free Retirement. I've been helping retirees and pre-retirees achieve a worry-free retirement for 31 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 or visit us online at retirementkey.com. Once again, that's 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com.
Dave Glover.
Rebecca, go ahead.
I am a Trump supporter. If he really is guilty, if there's a real good chance that he will be impeached, and I can't say that I'm against it.
Dave Glover, weekdays at 3 on FM News Talk 97.1.
This hour brought to you by Lance Drury Law. IRS problems? Call local attorney Lance Drury for legal help. 314-260-6120 or go to lancedrurylaw.com.
Montag, lieben, glauben, globen.
All right. I got something to say. Yeah.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Follow the show on Facebook. Facebook.com/The Marc Cox Show.
New York's Democrat Governor Andrew Cuomo even declared that America was never great. Oh, I see. Okay. Tell that to our great soldiers at World War I, World War II, Korean War, so many others. Tell them, to the folks that sent a rocket up to the moon and our great astronauts. Tell them, to all of the great medical research we've done in this country. And he says America was never great.
I guess Cuomo tried to walk that back a little bit yesterday. That it was probably not the right wording or something like that is what he said.
You think?
You think? Because even people in the screaming left-wing audience you were addressing kind of gasped when you said it? Do you think maybe that was an indication that you went too far, Andrew? His dad was quoted one time as saying there's nothing more amusing than watching Republicans run to the right when they get in trouble. And that how fitting for his son, who's running to the left in New York trying to win the support of socialists, right? I mean, his primary opponent up there was that Cynthia Nixon, the actress from Sex and the City, who wanted to abolish ICE and do all this stuff, and he shows up at some rally where he thinks it's going to be politically positive for him to diss America, and he does it, and the audience reacts in horror. So that's one of those moments when maybe even Cuomo realized he'd gone too far. Probably not, because he's just that crazy. Let's go to cut 21. One of the things that the president did, not yesterday but the day before, was address a group of ICE agents and Border Patrol agents, fittingly thanking them for the job they do to protect this country. The no doubt dozens of arrests and deportations that they handle on a daily or weekly basis at least, to try to keep you safe that you never know about. And they have to listen to idiots like Cynthia Nixon and Kristen Gillibrand calling for an end to their department because of their Gestapo-like tactics. How dare you arrest somebody who's broken the law and throw them out of the country? And the very next day, we find out that an illegal alien, somebody who violated, who kicked in our front door and decided to camp in the living room, murdered one of our children. The guy never should have been here to begin with. Go to cut 21 for me, Zach, please.
And Agent, how did that make you feel to see some of the rank and file people you work with being recognized by the president saying, hey, come on up here and tell us what you do, getting the publicity that they deserve?
It's great to see, actually feel appreciated. That's a big thing for us. It's nice to see boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet. It's a good thing. It's unbelievable to me that there are people in this country who want open borders. They don't want laws enforced. We see it right here in St. Louis County. We see it along the southern border. Hey, folks, I have a message for you if you're one of the screaming memes who stood up when a few dozen kids were separated from their parents and they were at the Hotel Rio for a few days while mom and dad were in the Hooskow for breaking into the country. I got a message for you. Yesterday, at some point, when Molly Tibbetts' body was found, a child was separated from her family. It probably happened 3 weeks ago at the hands of a criminal, illegal alien who never should have been in this country to begin with. That's the kind of child separation issues I'm worried about. That's the kind of stuff that causes me to lose sleep, not what happened at the southern border. Those parents knew exactly what they were doing when they came across. I'll guarantee you Molly Tibbetts' parents had no idea they were about to be separated from their child, who was a blossoming 20-year-old college student about to go to her sophomore year of college. But all that came to an end because she went for a jog, and somebody that should never have been in this country, but was because of the basically open border laws that we have, took her life. We should all be embarrassed by that. If that doesn't drive home what needs to happen, they should sell bricks for the wall on the southern border in honor of this girl and in honor of Kate Steinle and everybody else who's ever been murdered at the hands of someone like that. Listen to one of the parents who lost a child. Her name is Agnes Gibney. Listen to her reaction to what happened to yet another innocent American life.
Heartbroken. My heart goes out to the family. And this is an outrage, a preventable crime that should have never happened. If the politicians would secure our borders and start deporting illegal aliens, maybe Molly would still be alive today. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Thank you, Agnes. It's true. A legal immigrant, Agnes was, who came here with her family legally, and then her child was murdered by a gang member who should never have been in this country. We'll talk more about that Tibbetts case, some of the specific details with Jeff Manasso from Fox News Radio coming up, and I'll get to more of your phone calls. 314-241-9797.
Hi, I've got a question about Schnucks Rewards. What is it?
Oh, Schnucks Rewards is a new mobile app that earns you points on just about everything you buy. When the points add up, you can redeem them for money off.
Really? How?
Oh, it adds up automatically at checkout. You can also use the app to locate items, fill prescriptions, and check the weekly ad.
Whoa, so I get points and helpful features?
Mm-hmm.
Mind blown.
Shop, earn, redeem. Download Schnucks Rewards from your app store.
RP Lumber is your source for hardware and building supplies, including lumber, shingles, drywall, and more. Renovating a bathroom or kitchen, making needed repairs, or building your dream home, RP Lumber has the materials you need and skilled team members to help. Shop any of our 68 well-stocked stores or shop us online at rplumber.com for exclusive products for your home, for best service, for best value. It's RP Lumber.
Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills pays some of the highest prices for gold, diamonds, semi-precious stones, silver, coins, and currency. From jewelry, watches, antiques, and collectibles, the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Jewels on Hampton offers fantastic attentive service, as well as the best prices in the metro area. Looking for a new watch? Jewels on Hampton has an extensive collection of modern and vintage watches, carrying some of the top premier brands, even unique pocket watches. Jewels on Hampton features a full-service jewelry and watch repair department to restore your jewelry, watch, or heirloom to like-new condition. From cleaning to resetting. Got gold? Get paid at Jewels on Hampton at 4506 Hampton Avenue, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Learn more at jewelsonhampton.com or call 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. Jewels on Hampton, a St. Louis hidden gem.
KFTK FM, Florissant. KFTK AM, East St. Louis. K254CR, St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk, 97.1.
A radio.com station.
He's willing to talk. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. The attorney for President Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, says that he's open to telling special counsel Robert Mueller everything he knows about possible campaign collusion with Russia before the 2016 election. Cohen's facing prison time at the White House. Fox's John Decker.
Accepting a plea deal, Michael Cohen pleaded guilty to 8 counts, including tax evasion and 2 counts involving unlawful campaign contributions. Robert Khuzami is the deputy U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York.
Mr. Cohen sought reimbursement for that money by submitting invoices to the candidate's company, which were untrue and false.
With Cohen's admission, he also implicated the president in a campaign finance law violation, claiming that the president directed him to pay money to adult film actress Stormy Daniels, who claims she had an affair with the president years before he became a candidate for the White House. Chris?
And John, former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, meantime, is found guilty in Virginia of 8 counts of bank and tax fraud, with a mistrial declared on 10 other counts. President Trump, at a rally in West Virginia, says the arrest of an illegal immigrant accused of murdering a young woman in Iowa proves we need tougher immigration laws. More on that case from Fox's Jeff Manasso.
Investigators say 24-year-old Christian Rivera, an illegal alien from Mexico, admitted to stalking, kidnapping, and killing 20-year-old Molly Tibbetts July 18th and dumping her body in an Iowa cornfield.
The video was critical, I'll put it that way. Again, we have talked to hundreds of people. Over 4,000 leads came in on this investigation, and so it was extremely helpful.
An autopsy begins today amid sadness, even anger over Tibbetts' death and the illegal status of her alleged killer. Chris.
Jeff Manasso, thanks. This is Fox News. Fair and balanced.
Listen, my life changed because someone was there to get me to use drugs. No one can understand. Whether or not they've struggled with addiction themselves, people seem to think that having someone who will listen is gonna help make it better. I'm realizing that I need help.
I'm listening.
I need help. I'm realizing that I think that having someone who will listen is going to help make it better. Whether or not they've struggled with addiction themselves, people seem to understand. No one can get me to use drugs. My life changed because someone was there to listen.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
97.1 News Time, 6:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Fox 2's Dave Murray. Partly sunny, nice today, high of 80. Clear, cool tonight, low of 58. Then partly sunny, nice again tomorrow with a high of 80. It's 67 degrees right now. A traffic note that westbound 44 is shut down at Gray Summit near Route 100 following a fatal accident. Officials say the accident involved 2 tractor trailers, one of which overturned, and a pickup truck. MoDOT says the highway is expected to be closed at least until 7 o'clock this morning, could be longer. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. 17 people died when the boat sank last month, and the Attorney General's office is conducting a criminal investigation. The daughter of Bill Asher, an Afton man killed in the accident, also filed a lawsuit on Monday. Missouri Democrats hope a measure to raise the minimum wage will increase support for Senator Claire McCaskill's re-election. The proposal would gradually raise the state's current minimum wage of $7.85 an hour to $12 an hour. Republican Attorney General Josh Hawley is hoping to unseat Senator McCaskill in the November election. Police are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead near a Metro bus stop on Grand. Officials say it started last night with a fight at the nearby Chipotle and continued as they made their way to the bus stop. One man was injured after being shot in the face. Another man was shot in the chest and later died. The suspect remains at large. This report brought to you by Community Mortgage, lending with extraordinary service. Call Michael Mohan at 314-336-6000 or visit communitymortgagestl.com. 97.1 News Time, 6:04. It's 67 degrees. Sports is brought to you by Advanced Dentistry of St. Charles. The Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 in Los Angeles last night. With the win, the Cardinals moved atop the National League wildcard standings by a half game over the Brewers, and they're 2.5 games behind the division-leading Cubs. Yadier Molina and Marcell Ozuna hit 2-run homers, and Bud Norris earned his 26th save. Jack Flaherty gets the start tonight as they wrap up the 3-game series. Game time is 9:10. And first baseman Matt Adams is back with the Cardinals. They claimed him off waivers yesterday from the Nationals, who will receive only cash considerations in return. This report brought to you by Brenton Vision, Marc Cox's choice for vision correction, 314-375-2020, brentonvision.com. 97.1 News Time, 6:05. It's 67 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, as Denise mentioned, we have that fatal accident involving an overturned tractor trailer westbound 44 near Highway 100. The westbound lanes are closed. The eastbound lanes are open. They have a detour in place for westbound 44 drivers. In the meantime, we've got a pretty good jam behind that. Accident westbound 70 near Wright City. That one also involving a tractor trailer. In fact, Arch Helicopter was just at that scene, and we've got a jam for westbound 70 drivers. Other than that, it's pretty quiet this morning. All quiet on the Poplar Street Bridge and no delays through North County. Traffic brought to you by RP Lumber. Best service, best value. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 6:06.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, light winds, lower humidity, 70s to near 80 degrees. Tonight, clear and cool, 70s for evening plans, 58 for the overnight low. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny and nice. Temperatures again near 80 degrees. Looking for showers and thunderstorms developing Thursday night and into Friday. We got a hot weekend coming up. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
It's 6:06 and 67 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
When you meet someone new, one of the first things you notice about them is their smile. It is true, a dazzling white smile makes a big difference in the way we see others and how we feel about ourselves. Hi, I'm Dr. Jay Omas with Advanced Dentistry of St. Charles. If you are not confident with your smile, you may feel pressure to hide it, and when you hide your smile, you hide an important side of yourself. For some, achieving a great smile can be as easy as whitening the teeth, but if you suffer from crooked teeth, spacing, severely worn or chipped teeth, or unnatural-looking dental work, my office offers several options that can help you get the smile of your dreams. Our fast braces can align your teeth and close spacing in just a matter of weeks. And the latest in ceramic materials and technology can recreate beautiful, natural-looking teeth in the hands of a dentist properly trained in laser and cosmetic dentistry. To learn more about how we can enhance your smile, visit advanceddentistrynow.com or call 636-978-0226 today for a complimentary consultation.
Hey, Tim Jones here for my guys at Universal Windows Direct. It is time to take care of all those drafty, chipped, foggy windows and call my guys at Universal Windows Direct. Their patented foam super spacer technology created by NASA creates a better seal than traditional metal spacers. Your windows will last longer and you'll save money on your energy bills. These new windows will make your home more beautiful. Every window is custom made for your home. From wood trim to premium vinyl, the added security of cam style locks. It's like looking at a brand new home, all backed up by the true lifetime warranty. You're covered for as long as you own your home, 30 years to the next homeowner. That makes Universal Windows Direct windows the last ones you'll ever need. Stop suffering with drafty, chipped windows. Call my guys at Universal Windows Direct. For every window you buy, the next one's free. There's no limits to that. 0% financing for 36 months. Free installation, all backed up with the true lifetime warranty. As long as you own your home, 30 years to the next homeowner. How can you beat that? Call to schedule your free in-home estimate today. 314-878-0300. Go to universalwindowsstlouis.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blinds, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my trouble.
You heard about today with the illegal alien coming in, very sadly, from Mexico, and you saw what happened to that incredible, beautiful young woman. Should have never happened. Illegally in our country. We've had a huge impact, but the laws are so bad. The immigration laws are such a disgrace. We're getting them changed, but we have to get more Republicans. We have to get. This election is bigger than any one race. It's about whether we want to continue the amazing progress we've made for America, or whether we want to surrender that progress to the forces of extremism and obstruction.
So there's the president speaking last night at that rally in Charleston, West Virginia, and boy, what he said just kind of hit home. I mean, the timing of that coming out yesterday. Mm-hmm. Prior to this, the president, even during the campaign, had spent a lot of time talking about the Kate Steinle case. And now you have another, what she looked like was irrelevant. An American child murdered at the hands of an illegal alien. And it never should have happened. The president's absolutely right. And it points out really how, again, it underscores how important the November elections are going to be. It does. So we'll get to more on that coming up here in just a couple of minutes. I want to let you know, in the next hour, I've got Genevieve Wood from the Heritage Foundation. We'll talk about what happened yesterday with these charges of Manafort and Cohen, not charges, guilty pleas, a guilty finding in the Manafort case, a guilty plea in the Cohen case, and what that's all about. I've got some Blues tickets to give away, and the acting administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency joins me at 8:37. We're going to talk about this rollback of the so-called Clean Power Plan from the Obama administration. There are already claims that people are apparently gasping for breath already just because the president announced he was rolling this back. People could die, just so you know. Just warning you.
I have now been warned. Thank you.
Grab your wife, grab your children, run, hide. 314-241-9797. We'll get to all of that coming up. Right now, we're joined by Jeff Manasso from Fox News Radio. He's one of their correspondents covering the Molly Tibbetts case. Jeff, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, what did we find out in that press conference with authorities yesterday on Molly Tibbetts?
Well, the stunning news after we had hours to digest the fact that her body was found was that there was an arrest. And a man named 24-year-old Christian Rivera, an illegal alien from Mexico, arrested on murder one, now charged in the murder of Molly Tibbetts. And it was surveillance video that broke this case wide open. So hours after investigators sent Molly Tibbetts' father home, to get on with his life as they continued on with their investigation. And the day when Molly Tibbetts' mom was going back to work, starting a new job, her boyfriend was expected to go back to work and try to get back to some sort of normalcy as this investigation played out. Investigators cracked the case by this surveillance video. A guy just turned this video in and said, "Hey, look, you might be able to use this for something. Here you go." And so they looked and looked and looked, and hours and hours and hours, and they saw Molly Tibbetts running July 18th.
Yeah. So did they shed any light on how they tracked the guy down using this car? Because if he was here illegally, I'm assuming the car wasn't registered to him, correct?
Well, apparently, according to investigators, they described him as the owner of this car.
Okay.
But they also saw her in the video, and then they saw this black Chevy Malibu, and then they were able to track him, and so that's how they pulled this guy in. And so on Monday, they sat in a briefing room, probably at the sheriff's office, and he admitted to stalking her, he admitted to killing her, kidnapping her, and dumping her body. And so that's how this case broke open.
Jeff, did they mention at all how they determined he'd been in the country for 6 or 7 years illegally? I heard that time frame mentioned yesterday. Was he on the ICE radar? Did he have a deportation order or anything like that?
that's the next phase in terms of our coverage of this story. We don't know that. He was in the country, according to investigators, for at least 4 years, 4 to 7, or he was in the Iowa area for at least 4 to 7 years. Between 4 to 7 years, and he worked for a company in the Brooklyn, Iowa area that apparently, according to that company, he had a pretty good standing. Lived only a few blocks away from where she was running, or from where she was staying. It's a really small town, about 1,500 people. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody keeps their doors unlocked until now. And so the investigation obviously continues. The autopsy is set to begin today to look at the circumstances surrounding Molly Tibbetts' death, but obviously it's surrounded by immense pain that it really has only just begun for this family, and sadness. And this family, I don't think they went into this thinking that they'd be an angel family, or that this would be wrapped up in politics surrounding the illegal status of this guy when this thing began. I mean, they held out hope that she was alive up until the very end.
Well put. Jeff Manasso, Fox News Radio. We'll look for your report later today. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks.
All right, see you now. Yeah, wow.
That was a good question about the whole, how was the vehicle registered to Rivera?
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't. Because technically, I would assume if you're here illegally, could you register a vehicle in your name? I've never asked that question. I would assume you can't get a driver's license.
Right.
But like in California, they do give illegals a driver's license. I have a hard time believing that's the case in conservative Iowa. I may be wrong.
Or he may have some sort of identification from another state but was living in Iowa.
But it's a small enough town that maybe the minute they had the video of the car, they showed it to police and somebody recognized it and said, we know the guy that drives that.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger question here, and Jeff referred to it, is this Christian Rivera guy worked for a local company and was apparently in good standing, considered to be a good employee, which gets us back to the question of E-Verify. Any company that employs an illegal like that should be held accountable for it. There should be nationwide E-Verify. Why don't we have that? I think we should have it with voting ID. When you register to vote, you should have to go through an E-Verify system to verify the fact that you're a registered United States citizen. And here we've got somebody who was working in that community, and therefore that was the attraction for him. If we end that draw, then you start to get to the base of the problem. 314-241-9797. I will get to your phone calls coming up here in a minute. We've got some Blues preseason tickets to give away in the next hour. I've got Genevieve Wood coming up and the EPA administrator on the Clean Power Plan that's been rolled back. Hide your wife, hide your children. Your life could be at risk, apparently, according to the left. We'll be right back.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 6:17. It's 67 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. Westbound 44 is shut down at Gray Summit near Route 100 following a fatal tractor-trailer accident this morning. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. Some of the protesters arrested nearly a year ago at the Galleria are upset that municipal prosecutors have decided to charge them. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night. They play tonight at 9:10. This report brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Book your fantasy football draft party at Buffalo Wild Wings, where there's Wi-Fi, wings, and beer. Plus, while supplies last, get a draft kit on us. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports. 97.1 News Time, 6:18. It's 67 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, as Denise mentioned, that fatal accident involving an overturned tractor-trailer on westbound 44 near Highway 100, the Gray Summit exit, has westbound 44 shut down in that area. This accident happened overnight. They hope to have that reopened sometime this morning. We will keep you posted. Another accident, this one westbound 70 near Wright City. That one also involving a tractor trailer. That's near the rest area out there. They have shut down the westbound lanes here for a minute to try to get that car cleared. Again, it's kind of a mess this morning out west. Highway 100 area, westbound 44 is shut down, and westbound 70, a serious accident near Wright City. Now, we also have the beginnings of volume in the usual places, so a little bit of volume on the Poplar Street Bridge and northbound 270 at Doherty Ferry. Traffic brought to you by Meineke. With services from oil change to brake repair, the team at Meineke has you covered. And right now, get a basic oil change for only $19.95. Meineke, on with life. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 6:19.
Hey, don't spend too much. I really hate to do that myself. And if you've never heard of Midwest Clearance Center, there's a chance you've already spent too much, because Midwest Clearance Center is a facility. They've got 5 of them around the area, easy to find. I'll give you the locations in a minute. But they keep a low overhead. They stock name brand furniture like Ashley Home Store signature items. They put the cost of it at the other store right there in front of you so you can see it, and then they show you how much you're saving at Midwest Clearance Center. 40 to 70% off. If you're looking for outdoor furniture, patio tables, outdoor dining tables, umbrellas, fire pits, heaters, they've got that. Home office stuff, kitchen and dining room sets, bedrooms sets, including mattresses and those adjustable base beds, and living room furniture. Anything you need, they have at Midwest Clearance Center. They even have a truck you can rent to drive it home right there on the site. It's that simple. That was the location I visited up in Hazelwood at the Mills Mall. But they're also in St. Peters. They're in Fenton. They're down in Columbia. If you got a child going to Missouri, you're down there a lot. They're in Fairview Heights. This is a locally owned chain. It's not a chain. It's not a big box store chain, but they have 5 locations. They've been around for 15 years, just celebrated their 15th anniversary. So go visit them at one of their 5 locations. They're open 7 days a week, or go to their website at mwbeds.com.
Don't get stuck in neutral. Shift your retirement plan into overdrive with Your Retirement Highway with Ken Heisey and Steve Muller from the Heisey Advisory Group. Saturday nights at 7 on FM News Talk 97.1.
Hi, I've got a question about Schnucks Rewards. What is it?
Oh, Schnucks Rewards is a new mobile app that earns you points on just about everything you buy. When the points add up, you can redeem them for money off.
Really? How?
Oh, it adds up automatically at checkout. You can also use the app to locate items, fill prescriptions, and check the weekly ad.
Whoa, so I get points and helpful features?
Mm-hmm.
Mind blown.
Shop, earn, redeem. Download Schnucks Rewards from your app store.
At Ameren, Illinois, we're committed to making the energy system stronger for your hometown and ours. From new natural gas lines in Godfrey to smart technology in Collinsville. Learn how we're investing in your community at amerenillinois.com/MetroEast. Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
Honey, it's time. We can't put it off another year. If you've heard this from your spouse lately, then you've probably spent some time outside lamenting the condition of your home. Unattractive siding, old drafty windows. If you can't stand another season with these, call Banner Construction today. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor, which means we have the expertise to properly install top quality James Hardie fiber cement siding on any home. When you hire Banner, you're not just purchasing products. You're investing in 25 years of home improvement expertise with a company that cares about the final result. Banner also installs James Hardie's Beechworth windows. Beechworth windows are beautiful wood windows with maintenance-free exteriors. Compare to Marvin, Pella, or Renewal by Anderson, and you'll see that Beechworth has the best features from each brand, all in one incredible window. Don't put it off another day. Call Banner Construction at 314-569-1050. And have a banner day. Call 314-569-1050.
The Annie Fry Show.
Have you seen Dinesh D'Souza's new movie, Death of a Nation? Wednesday, we talked to Dinesh about the direction of the country and his effort to expose it. Plus, we react to the Manafort verdict.
Annie Fry, weekdays noon to 3 on FM News Talk 97.1.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app. Available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
The Short List, brought to you by Bill Thomas Camper Sales. Find your camper at btcamper.com.
We are a country that has been ripped off by everybody.
No, the truth is not on the president's side. Truth is not on Rudy's side.
This is a witch hunt and it's a disgrace.
This could be the most consequential day of the Trump presidency yet.
Thank you, Chuck Todd. What would we do without your stellar analysis there? You and Jim Acosta, because Jim Acosta said something very similar yesterday to what's going on here about how troubling this was. Very troubling. Go to cut 7 for me, just so people can get on edge here, please.
But what you're seeing here, Wolf, is the White House fumbling for a response to how to handle this avalanche of very negative, troubling legal news for the president.
What you're seeing here, Wolf. Let me tell you what you're seeing here, Wolf. This is a big deal. The left lost their mind yesterday through all this, and we'll get to more of that coming up here in a minute. Let me get to the phones. Joe, you're on the radio. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, Mark.
Yes, sir. I'm well.
Good. Hey, so this Molly Tibbetts case, I think, is going to be very resonant for one key reason. You know, as awful as the Kate Steinle case was, it was in California. And I think people, to some degree, chalked it up to, California having the liberalized culture that it does was susceptible to an event like this. This was Iowa. This was the middle of the country. This guy lived in the heartland of America for 4 to 7 years. And to your very good point, he was employed. And I don't care how stellar his employment record was. This is somebody that was allowed to drive a motor vehicle and to secure employment, and all of it illegal. I mean, all of it. And it was Iowa.
Yeah.
It could have been Missouri, could have been Kansas, could have been Nebraska. And I think I hope that resonates with people, right? Like this time it's not Texas or Arizona or New Mexico. It's not a border issue. It's a national immigration problem, and it needs to get solved ASAP.
Yeah, it's a good point, Joe, and I appreciate that. It does need to get solved ASAP. The other thing is, I was thinking about this, that when the acquittal was made in the Kate Steinle case in liberal San Francisco, they found the guy guilty of possessing a weapon or something, because he claimed he found it and it misfired and it ricocheted and it hit and killed this girl. Everybody, the left excused it as, well, it was an accident, and everybody acted like he attacked her and raped her and murdered her, but that wasn't the case, and blah, 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 blah. Trying to make excuses for the guy. How do you excuse this? This guy lived and worked in this girl's community. He followed her. He should never have been living here to begin with. And the question for every left-winger who decried the children being separated from their families at the border needs to be this: why are you okay with this? What you pounded your fist and stomped your feet and were so offended that a couple of kids got put in the Hotel Rio down there with air conditioning and video games to watch and all the food they could eat and showers and all that, which beat the hell out of wherever the hell they came from. But you're not as deeply offended by this 20-year-old college student being murdered at the hands of an illegal alien. I'm waiting for somebody to explain that for me, and nobody's come through for me. I don't get that. I wonder why.
Because there's not a good explanation.
No, there's not a good explanation for it, and hopefully Joe's right. Hopefully this resonates with people, because immigration is at the top of the list of things people care about. The Democrats will do their best to gin up their base over the Manafort and Cohen cases, because let's be honest, if Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters regain control of the House, the very first thing they will do is file impeachment charges against the president. And it will tie up the Congress for the next 2 years. Nothing will get done. No tax reform, no nothing. No immigration reform, nothing will get done at all in Washington.
Well, and the caller had a good point that you kind of remove yourself from things that are happening in Texas and California, because those people, they're like, not that you should ever expect anything like that, but you get a little desensitized. Having it happen in Iowa, it does say something.
Yeah, it's true. We had a case like this out near Wentzville somewhere a couple years ago. I remember that, involving an illegal alien. So it's hit close to home before. More of your phone calls are coming up, and Jennifer Kashinka, check on the markets. 314-241-9797.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, light winds, lower humidity, 70s to near 80 degrees. Tonight, clear and cool, 70s for evening plans, 58 for the overnight low. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny and nice. Temperatures again near 80 degrees. Looking for showers and thunderstorms developing Thursday night and into Friday. We got a hot weekend coming up. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. He's implicated the president in some acts, now hints that former Trump attorney Michael Cohen could have more to say. After pleading guilty to campaign finance charges yesterday, his attorney, Lanny Davis, on MSNBC.
Mr. Cohen has knowledge on certain subjects that should be of interest to the special counsel and is more than happy to tell the special counsel all that he knows.
The president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, saying there's no allegation of any wrongdoing against the president in charges against Cohen. President pointing his finger at immigration laws for the death of Iowa college student Molly Tibbetts after an illegal immigrant from Mexico confessed to killing her.
We've had a huge impact, but the laws are so bad.
Speaking at a rally last night in West Virginia, Fox News, we report, you decide.
.97.1 News Time, 6:31. It's 67 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and this report brought to you by Amco Ranger Pest Control, protecting what matters since 1965. Westbound 44 is shut down at Gray Summit near Route 100 following a fatal accident. Officials say the accident involved two tractor trailers, one of which overturned, and a pickup truck. But says the highway is expected to be closed at least until 7 this morning and could be longer. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. 17 people died when the boat sank last month, and the Attorney General's office is conducting a criminal investigation. The daughter of Bill Asher, an Afton man killed in the accident, also filed a lawsuit on Monday. Some of the protesters arrested nearly a year ago at the Galleria are upset that city prosecutors have decided to press charges. The Richmond Heights City Council met Monday night, and some of the protesters demanded that the city dismiss the charges that include rioting and trespassing. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night. They play tonight at 9:10. 97.1 News Time, 6:32.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Accident this morning, westbound 70 near Wright City, that involving a tractor trailer. That's near the rest area out there. Only one lane is getting by, and a pretty good jam behind that. Denise mentioned that fatal accident involving an overturned tractor trailer westbound 44 near Highway 100. Traffic is being diverted for westbound 44 drivers around that accident. Eastbound lanes remain open. Now, we also have volume starting to build around the area. Northbound 270, some moderate volume between 21 and Big Bend. And a jam now, westbound 5564, crossing the Poplar Street Bridge. Traffic brought to you by Meineke, with services from oil change to brake repair. The team at Meineke has you covered. And right now, get a basic oil change for only $19.95. Meineke, on with life. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 6:33.
Well, when I tell you to go see the folks at Victory Men's Health, not only talking about the tremendous staff that they have over there, but they're medical doctors, because you're dealing with urologists, you're dealing with people who've been helping men with their health and their sexual health for many years, and that's important because not all of these clinics that describe themselves as men's clinics can brag about that. Now, Victory Men's Health, they bring you in the door. They don't presuppose what's wrong with you. They take a blood test. It's very simple. They wait for the results to come back, and then they say, here's the course of correction. Here's what we're doing for you. Maybe it's testosterone therapy. Maybe you need to replenish those numbers. Maybe it's a mineral issue. They've got their IV therapy that they do over there. They take their time. They do it right. They help you be you again. That's what it's about. If it's an ED issue, they've got some revolutionary treatments. They've got the Priapus shot they've been using for a while now. They've got the new wave therapy that breaks up plaque formation in blood vessels using sound waves. They've had thousands of reports of success stories across the country from this therapy, and it's available to you at Victory Men's Health. Go to their website, just 15 minutes from downtown. Set up your initial consultation today at victorymenshealth.com.
Cardinals host the Reds the weekend of August 31st through September 2nd, and there are great giveaways all series long. On Friday night, it's the 8th Beer Stein in the Championship Series presented by Budweiser. Saturday, fans will take home an embroidered Cardinals jersey thanks to TD Ameritrade. And Sunday wraps up the series when kids get their own Cardinals bear courtesy of Build-A-Bear Workshop. That's August 31st through September 2nd. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
On Friday, August 31st, Beatles fans can come together to see the Cards host the Reds and celebrate the iconic English rock band as its Beatles tribute night at Busch Stadium. With the purchase of this special themed ticket, fans will receive an exclusive Beatles-themed Cardinals t-shirt. Come early and enjoy a pregame concert by tribute band Hard Day's Night. Beatles Tribute Night tickets are on sale now at cardinals.com/theme.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Protecting our families means putting sexual predators behind bars. Here's 14-year Missouri police detective Beth Neeland.
As a police detective, I've known the victims and I've seen the devastation caused by sexual assault. In Missouri, many of these cases go unsolved because of the backlog of untested rape kits. Attorney General Josh Hawley uncovered thousands of these untested rape kits. They contain the DNA evidence to bring these sexual predators to justice. Josh Hawley is fighting for our victims, and he's helping us get these violent criminals off our streets.
Protect your family and your community. Call Attorney General Josh Hawley at 573-751-3321 and urge him to keep fighting for funding and working with law enforcement to catch sexual predators. Get them off our streets and get justice for victims. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Your Money Matters. Brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, your dealer for Marvin Windows and Doors in the St. Louis region. FisherWindow.com.
That's our hometown redneck woman there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Wait for it, Zach. All right, so I play that Gretchen Wilson song because my friend Denise down the table here has stumbled across, apparently Gretchen got
I'd like to bring you the real hard-hitting news.
Gretchen got in a little bit of trouble at an airport?
Yeah, she was arrested at the Bradley International Airport and for a minor disturbance on an incoming flight to Bradley.
I wonder what happened. Because I'm thinking Gretchen can handle herself.
Well, it says state police were called around 7 to the runway, and while conducting an interview with the 45-year-old Wilson, she became belligerent. But that is all the information that I have right now.
And where's Bradley?
It says Windsor Locks, Connecticut.
In Connecticut. Interesting.
Yes.
All right. Just wondered what happened there with my girl Gretchen. So
she must not have liked the
I started
question
singing the song when she mentioned her name. She
and
goes, Mark, I'm so
stunned.
surprised you know that song. Well, I always like that song.
You make fun of country music.
I do. I grew up making fun of country music, but that's okay.
I did too, but I turned the corner and realized it's great.
You play it backwards. People get married again. The dog comes home. All that stuff. It's fun. All right, let's get to our guests, please. Jennifer Kashinka, are you a country music fan?
No.
No? What's your genre? What do you like?
As I told you last time, Stevie Wonder. I'm going to see him Sunday night.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just that kind of music. Just Stevie Wonder. Who else? Any rock and roll at all?
Sure. I like Rush.
Rush. Oh, nice.
Okay.
There we go. Mm-hmm. We have common ground. I appreciate that. That's outstanding. What's going on out there?
All right, futures are lower this morning after stocks closed higher yesterday. The Dow Industrials added 63. The Nasdaq rose 38. U.S. and Chinese officials are set to resume contentious trade talks today under the cloud of a prediction by President Trump there would be no real progress. The discussions among mid-level officials could set a framework for further negotiations as each country prepares to hit the other with new tariffs tomorrow in a deepening dispute over China's economic policies. A big merger this morning in the insurance sector. The Hartford Financial Services Group has agreed to buy the Navigators Group for $2.1 billion or $70 a share. Hartford is a property and casualty insurance company. Navigators is an international insurer, both companies based in Connecticut. 8 restaurant chains have agreed to drop the use of agreements that prevent their workers from finding higher-paying jobs at other locations of the same chain. St. Louis-based Panera, Applebee's, Church's Chicken, Five Guys, IHOP, Jamba Juice, Little Caesars, and Sonic agreed to end the no-poach agreements immediately at all of their locations nationwide and to stop using the language in future franchise contracts in order to avoid lawsuits over the practice. Heavy investments in stores and technology are paying off at Target, which reported strong quarterly numbers across the board. Same-store sales rose 6.5%, the greatest increase in 13 years. Traffic in stores rose 6.4%. Target also raised its annual earnings expectation. Shares are up more than 4% in pre-market trading. Lowe's says it will exit its Orchard Supply hardware business and focus on its core home improvement business. The Marsville, North Carolina retailer says it expects to close all 99 Orchard Supply hardware stores, which are located in California, Oregon, and Florida. If you want to get off the plane a little faster, you're going to have to pay. United plans to start charging passengers to reserve select seats near the front of the plane, a practice already in place at American and Delta. There's no extra leg room or other perks for these preferred seats. They're just near the front of the main cabin. United didn't provide specifics about pricing. A Mickey Mantle jersey from the 1964 World Series has been sold at auction for $1.32 million. It was the jersey Mantle wore when he homered in Game 6 and 7 at St. Louis to give him 18 for his career, a World Series record that still stands. And coffee lovers rejoice. IBM has secured a patent for a coffee drone that not only flies around public spaces to deliver cups of brew, but also predicts which people need caffeine pick-me-ups. The device could be used in an office, cafe, or event setting where a pre-ordered cup of joe would be delivered to the drinker, or where a thirsty individual could flag it down. Facial or voice recognition software, an electronic ID tag, or Bluetooth from a person's smartphone ensures the coffee gets to the right person. Mark?
Very good. Jennifer, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. We appreciate that. Hey, you know what? A little bit of breaking news coming in here that I want to get to. So just a minute ago, we were talking about Molly Tibbetts and the case in Iowa, the girl that was murdered by the illegal alien. And Jeff Manasso from Fox News Radio reported to us earlier that the guy was gainfully employed in Iowa at a farm, and that his employer had reported that he was an employee in good standing. And my point was, how? I mean, what? I don't think anybody should be able to employ illegals without going through the E-Verify process. You just shouldn't. That should be part of it, right? So now there's a report out that the family that owned the farm where the guy worked is prominent in Iowa Republican politics. The guy worked at Yarrabee Farms, owned by the Lang family, and owner Dane Lang confirmed that Rivera had worked there for 4 years and was an employee in good standing. And he also claimed that he had passed an E-Verify background check, which means there's something wrong with the E-Verify system, if that's true. Because I don't know how else you could judge. I mean, they seem to believe, maybe they're trying to cover their own butts, that he passed a E-Verify check before they hired him. I don't know. I'm guessing there's a little bit of crisis PR going on there. Chad, welcome into the program. What's on your mind?
Hey, Mark, just wanted to say thanks for the show, man. You do a great job every morning.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I agree with the caller that said that this is going to resonate with mid-America, but I don't think it's going to just be political. They're going to keep pushing people until it gets out of hand. And I'm not advocating violence or anything like that, but it's going to come to that eventually. People are going to have enough with the politicians not doing what they're elected to do. And all these people that are voting for open borders, all this stuff, should be held accountable when this happens. They've got blood on their hands. Anytime a crime's committed, they should be held accountable. And as far as the sanctuary cities and all this stuff goes, if you're breaking federal law, you're breaking federal law. I say we round up some politicians, start throwing them in jail, and see how quickly they change their opinions.
Amen. Well said. I have long been a supporter of that. I think if this happens in a sanctuary city area where they've been protecting an individual like this, you bet. Lock up every politician that voted for that policy.
Mark, 100 years ago, if 30,000 people came into a country, that's called an invasion. That's not immigration. Yeah. And they had a little different aspect on invasions back then, and we might have to come back to it.
I'm with you. Chad, thanks for the call. I appreciate that. A lot of sense, a lot of common sense right there. And, he's frustrated like everybody else. Mm-hmm. But that news just coming out, we'll look into this and try to find out more on how it's possible that somebody could pass a background check and E-Verify if they're really here illegally, which this guy apparently was. So we'll get to more on that. I'll treat you to it was a stinger up over here. I'm going to treat you to a little more Gretchen Wilson before we leave here. I hope she's all right. She's in this incident up in Connecticut. You go, girl. I hope she's all right. I really do.
I hope she is,
I like
too.
that song. I do. We're going to have more for you coming up. We'll get to your phone calls. I got a couple lines open at 314-241-9797. Genevieve Wood at the top of the hour from Heritage. We'll be right back.
So here's to all my sisters out there keeping it country. Let me get a big hell yeah from the redneck girls like me. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! 97.1 News Time, 6:46. It's 67 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. Police are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead near a Metro bus stop on Grand. Some of the protesters arrested nearly a year ago at the Galleria are upset the city prosecutors have decided to press charges. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night, and they play tonight at 9:10. This report brought to you by Associated Press. The newest podcast from the Associated Press, Ground Game, hosted by AP's Megan Crane. A weekly conversation about top political issues ahead of the upcoming midterm elections. Available on Apple Podcasts and PodcastOne.com. 97.1 News Time, 6:47. It's 67 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, we still have westbound 44 closed out at the Gray Summit area due to a fatal accident involving an overturned tractor trailer overnight. They hope to have that highway reopened, but at this point it is still shut down. Now, eastbound 44 lanes are open and getting by. The westbound jam is, it's extensive. So do not try westbound 44 out at the Gray Summit area. Now we have an accident westbound 70. Now this one is near Wright City and also involves some tractor trailers. The good news here is at least one lane is getting by. However, the jam behind that is bad as well. By the way, that is near the rest area out by Wright City. Now, in the meantime, we're picking up volume in the metro area. We've got a jam on the Poplar Street Bridge. Northbound 270, heavy and slow. Heaviest headed for Highway 21, but some moderate volume between Big Bend and Manchester. And eastbound 6440 is starting to slow. Just a little bit at Timberlake Manor and a little bit at Big Bend. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 6:48.
Get out of debt with Golden Oak Lending. With today's low mortgage rates in the 3s and increased home prices, now's the time to get low interest money. Call Golden Oak at 314-567-GOLD. NMLS 114937.
That's the sound of sleep apnea. Hi, this is Dr. Anna Smith from Dentistry with TLC.
Good night, honey.
That's the sound of a CPAP. About half of the people who are prescribed a CPAP don't like it and don't use it. I have a CPAP alternative for sleep apnea. I can make you an oral appliance so your sleep sounds more like this. I have over 95% success with oral appliances and hundreds of happy patients all over Missouri and Illinois.
My name is Travis. That CPAP sucked. I had Dr. Smith make me a sleep appliance over 5 years ago, and it's my most prized possession. It gives me a restful sleep at night, so I have energy during the day. If your CPAP sucks or if you think you may have sleep apnea, call Dr. Smith at 618-466-9387.
Learn more at cpapsucks.com.
Are you a baby boomer with questions or concerns regarding your retirement plan? How about the future of U.S. tax rates and trends? Does your investment portfolio fully support your income needs? Heisey Advisory Group can help you answer these questions. Register for one of our no-cost retirement classes on Thursday, August 23rd or Tuesday, August 28th from 6 p.m. to 8:30. We will be covering 3 essentials: income planning, investment planning, and tax-efficient strategies. So call now to register at 314-909-1116. If you're 100% sure you have your retirement plan in place and can live well, this course is not for you. But if you've even had the slightest doubt regarding your retirement, call now. Seating is limited. Call and register at 314-909-1116. That's 314-909-1116.
Kevin and Dave here from Mentality here in St. Louis. Guys that approach me out in public say they're shocked at how low their testosterone was when they came into the office. And I try to explain to them that the environment we live in, the lack of physical effort we do, all of that destroys testosterone.
On top of that, we all put in longer hours than we ever did before. We don't sleep as well. Stress is higher than ever, and we're expected to do more with the kids at home too.
To find out more in our St. Louis clinics, go to lowtusa.com.
Dependable weather.
A pleasant start out the door this morning
with Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray.
Brought to you by Air Comfort Service. Get 0% financing for 12 to 72 months on a new AC or HVAC system. Visit aircomfortservice.com. The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blinds, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
Montag blieben Glauben globen.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Follow the show on Facebook. Facebook.com/The Marc Cox Show.
When I decided to represent Mr. Cohen, it was because he committed to me early on in many conversations that he wanted to tell the truth about Donald Trump. And we talked about what he knew about Donald Trump. This was one of the subjects. So whether I use the word cooperation or not, and my colleague Guy Petrillo will know the answer to your question, it's truth that Michael Cohen is committed to, and it's the truth that so threatens the President of the United States.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
That is Lanny Davis, Clinton sycophant, family friend, longtime attorney, who admits there that the only reason he agreed to represent Michael Cohen is because he thought Michael Cohen could damage Donald Trump. That's the only reason. So the Clintons are still after Donald Trump because of what he did to poor Hillary. That's the bottom. That's what happened yesterday. You know, Michael Cohen didn't go into a courtroom that had anything to do with the Mueller investigation, and they probably correctly did it this way. Whatever crime he's accused of committing happened in New York, so the New York district handled his guilty plea with the watchful eye of Bob Mueller, right? And in his court proceedings, he didn't say anything about the president other than the fact that he claims he committed a crime, and he claims he did it with the consent or the knowledge of the candidate, which in this case would be Donald Trump. But Trump was not mentioned by name in any of this. But Lanny Davis wants you to know that's who he was talking about, and that's who he's going after because he works for the Clintons. Bottom line. That's what this is all about. Hey, Mike, thanks for holding on. You're on the radio.
Hey, how you doing this morning?
I'm great.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's where I stand on this. I'm 60 years old, live in North County, and this morning was historic because I did something I have never done. I called McCaskill's office, and I made no threats, but I implored her to attempt to sway some of the people in her party because what I conveyed was, I'm sure there are millions out there just like me who will not allow this idiot Mueller to take down a sitting president with what he's got. And I didn't say this in these words, but you have to ask, is this the hill the Democrats want this country to die on?
Yeah, they do. Any hill that ends up with Donald Trump not being president anymore.
Well, I think here's where we are. We're not going to solve this by just talking amongst ourselves. Somehow Republicans have got to reach out to people, to Democrats, who in the back of their mind see what's wrong with the Democratic Party. And they have to be convinced that their policies will destroy this country. And then we ask them point blank, is this what you want? Do you want martial law? Do you want us to look like Venezuela? Because it will come to that. And if that's not what you want, talk to the people who you can sway, because I see it happening. You know what? The 60s was a family picnic compared to what's going on right now.
Mike, I share your frustration. I appreciate your phone call. And good luck getting an answer back from Claire Bear, because Josh Hawley was just on Fox News, and they said they put in a call to Claire Bear, and she wouldn't even return their phone call. So good luck with that. Wow. It's true. A lot of butthurt out there, folks, and all they care about is seeking their revenge and getting Donald Trump out of office. That's at the base of all of this. 314-241-9797. I've got Genevieve Wood and some free blues tickets coming up.
Have you discovered the Lombardo difference? Discover unrivaled quality and extraordinary details. Discover customization perfectly suited to you. Discover Cambridge Falls, an exquisite Lombardo Homes community located on the east side of Wilmer Road, north of Highway N in Wentzville. Cambridge Falls offers ranch and colonial homes from 2,000 to over 3,000 square feet, all with a finished recreation room in the lower level, starting in the high 200s. Cambridge Falls is proud to be part of the acclaimed Wentzville School District. To learn more, visit lombardohomes.com.
Hey, be sure you go check out Michael's Flooring Outlet. MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com is the website. You can find this product that I'm about to tell you about on there. It's Mohawk, and they call it RevWood Plus. Here's the great thing about it. Sometimes it's easier to see these things than to hear me talk about them, but it's waterproof flooring. It is stain and scratch resistant. So, in other words, the picture they've got on there is of a kid riding a scooter across this floor. You know, normally if you had a hardwood floor or something, you'd be screaming at the kid to not ride that inside. With this product, it doesn't matter. You can put it down where you live. I've said that before. It's perfect for basements. It's perfect for kitchens and mud rooms because it's waterproof, and it's also perfect for living rooms or family rooms because it is stain and scratch resistant. You don't have to worry about this. Go visit Michael's Flooring Outlet, one of their 4 locations, or check them out online at michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
Kevin and Dave are from Mentality here in St. Louis. Guys that approach me out in public say they're shocked at how low their testosterone was when they came into the office. And I try to explain to them that the environment we live in, the lack of physical effort we do, all of that destroys testosterone.
On top of that, we all put in longer hours than we ever did before. We don't sleep as well. Stress is higher than ever, and we're expected to do more with the kids at home too.
To find out more in our St. Louis clinics, go to lowtusa.com.
Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Law Office of Lance Drury here in St. Louis. I'm sure you've seen or heard ads where people owed the IRS thousands of dollars and their tax bills were miraculously reduced to nothing. I'm here to tell you, the same companies that run those ads are the ones that routinely force clients to call me when they don't resolve their IRS problems and stop returning calls. Look, the IRS doesn't make it easy to resolve a case. So don't waste precious time and money. Contact me, Lance Drury, today. I'm a local tax attorney, and I've helped hundreds resolve their IRS problems quickly and cost-efficiently. Schedule a free, confidential appointment, and let's take control of your situation and protect your legal rights. Remember, if you have IRS issues, you have legal issues. You need an experienced tax attorney. You need me, Lance Drury. Call 314-260-6120 or toll-free 888-367-6512 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
KFTK FM Florissant, KFTK AM East St. Louis, K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk 97.1.
A radio.com station.
A conviction and a guilty plea from two former members of the president's inner circle. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort's convicted of tax and bank fraud in Virginia, 8 counts, with the jury unable to come up with a verdict on the other 10. The news more directly tied to President Trump is the guilty pleas from his former attorney. Fox's John Decker's live at the White House.
Michael Cohen told a federal judge that Donald Trump, during the 2016 campaign, directed him to essentially buy the silence of 2 women who said they had affairs with Mr. Trump. Robert Khuzami is the deputy U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York.
He worked to pay money to silence 2 women who had information that he believed would be detrimental to the 2016 campaign and to the candidate and the campaign.
Cohen made that allegation as he pleaded guilty to 8 counts, including campaign finance violations. Cohen said he made payments to 2 women for the purpose of influencing the election. Chris?
John, the president not mentioning either Cohen or Manafort at a rally in West Virginia, but did say,
fake news and the Russian witch hunt. We got a whole big combination. Where is the collusion?
He also talked about the murder of Molly Tibbetts in Iowa, confessed to by a man in the country illegally.
Should have never happened.
The farm where the suspect Christian Rivera worked says he had passed a federal background check. A Republican congressman and his wife are facing criminal charges.
Federal prosecutors in Southern California say Congressman Duncan Hunter and his wife Margaret Hunter used campaign money to pay for family vacations, school tuition, theater tickets, and expensive meals. In all, the indictment says the Hunters spent more than $250,000 of campaign funds from 2009 through 2016.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern. There's been an earthquake off the coast of south central Oregon. There are no reports of any damage or injuries, but people certainly felt it. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I paid more than the minimum each month, and soon enough, it was gone.
So you're just giving up?
Giving up on what?
The life of luxury. Egyptian cotton, caviar Thursdays, designer everything.
What are you talking about?
Our plan. What happened to winning the lottery and mastering the art of the perfect mimosa? Hosting galas, wearing enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacationing in the French Riviera, and then buying it.
I just thought maybe it was time to prepare for my future. You know, set some financial goals, make some smart investments, open a 401k.
Financial goals? Investments? A 401k? You are horrifying right now. Listen, if winning the lottery were easy, everyone would do it.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
97.1 News Time, 7:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Fox 2's Dave Murray. Partly sunny and nice today with a high of 80. Clear, cool tonight, low of 58. Then partly sunny, nice again tomorrow, high of 80. It's 67 degrees right now. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. 17 people died when the boat sank last month, and the Attorney General's office is conducting a criminal investigation. The daughter of Bill Asher, an Afton man killed in the accident, also filed a lawsuit on Monday. Some of the protesters arrested nearly a year ago at the Galleria are upset that city prosecutors have decided to press charges. The Richmond Heights City Council met Monday night, and some of the protesters demanded that the city dismiss the charges that include rioting and trespassing. The protests were among several after the acquittal of former St. Louis police officer Jason Stockley in the fatal shooting of Anthony Lamar Smith. Police are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead near a Metro bus stop on Grand. Officials say it started last night with a fight at a nearby Chipotle and continued as they made their way to the bus stop. One man was injured after being shot in the face. Another man was shot in the chest and later died. The suspect remains at large. The Bommarito IndyCar 500 is expected to have a huge economic impact on the St. Louis metro area. The event will bring thousands of people and about $40 million to the St. Louis and Metro East community. The race will be held at the Gateway Motorsports Park on Saturday. This report brought to you by the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Addiction is a disease. Get courage, get help. Insurance may cover the cost. Call 800-430-4149, 800-430-4149. 97.1 News Time 7:04. It's 67 degrees. Sports is brought to you by Mattress Direct. The Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 in Los Angeles last night. With the win, the Cardinals moved atop the National League wildcard standings by a half game over the Brewers, and they're 2.5 games behind the division-leading Cubs. Yadier Molina and Marcelo Zuna hit 2-run homers, and starter Daniel Ponce de Leon allowed 1 run and 5 hits in 4 innings. Jack Flaherty gets a start tonight as they wrap up the 3-game series. Game time is 9:10. And first baseman Matt Adams is back with the Cardinals. They claimed him off waivers yesterday from the Nationals, who will only receive cash considerations in return. This report brought to you by Brinton Vision, Marc Cox's choice for vision correction, 314-375-2020, BrintonVision.com. 97.1 News Time 7:05. It's 67 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Westbound 44 remains closed at this hour in Gray Summit following a fatal accident involving a couple of tractor trailers and a pickup truck. The driver of the pickup truck was the one who was killed. No other injuries, but all traffic westbound 44 is being diverted at Gray Summit. Eastbound 44 lanes are open in this area. As you can imagine, a pretty awful jam for westbound 44 drivers. Accident westbound 70, and this one was near Wright City. We still have only one lane getting by and a jam behind that one. Eastbound 6440 slow at Clarkson right now, just the usual volume. Same thing, the usual volume on northbound 270, and that's 21 through Manchester. Pretty heavy traffic westbound 5564, headed for the Poplar Street Bridge, especially heavy from the King Bridge split. And a little bit of volume on northbound Route 3 at Monsanto. Traffic brought to you by RP Lumber. Best service, best value. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 7:06.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, light winds, lower humidity, 70s to near 80 degrees. Tonight, clear and cool, 70s for evening plans, 58 for the overnight low. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny and nice. Temperatures again near 80 degrees. Looking for showers and thunderstorms developing Thursday night and into Friday. We got a hot weekend coming up. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
It's 7:07 and 67 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jay Omis with Better Sleep STL. Most people are unaware that breathing disorders can affect children as well as adults. Mouth breathing and the lack of proper sleep can have negative effects on a child's development, performance in school, extracurricular activities, and social relationships. Signs and symptoms in children may include snoring or heavy breathing, difficulty falling asleep at night or staying awake during the day, ADHD-type mood behavior, recurrent ear infections, crooked teeth, and even bedwetting. The good news is there are early treatment options available to remedy pediatric sleep disorders, including permanent corrective dental treatments, allowing your child to get a better night's rest and a healthy start in their development. In addition, my office is one of just a few facilities certified in the safest, most effective treatments to naturally promote pediatric airway growth and development. For more information, please contact me today at 636-978-0226 or visit HealthyStartUSA.com to schedule your child's complimentary evaluation.
Hey, the Range has got a great deal for you till the end of the month, so be sure you get by there. I may run into you over there because I love going to the Range St. Louis West. They are giving you a chance to crack the vault. What does that mean? Well, they've got a vault, and they've got a combination, and you can enter your code And if it cracks the vault, if that's what opens the door, you get a $25,000 in-store gift card, basically a store credit for 25 grand. Can you imagine? I've already got a laundry list of things that I would be picking up at the Range St. Louis West if I had $25,000 in credit. And you don't have to share it. You don't have to spend it on furniture because they don't sell furniture at the Range. They sell guns and ammo, and that's awesome. So get by the Range, 14803 Manchester Road, and check it out. They're right next to Velasquez Park. Of course, they've got the great indoor shooting range downstairs, hence the name. But they got a full first floor full of accessories and guns and anything you could imagine. They've got a simulator up there that's like being inside of a video game with a bunch of different scenarios. That's a lot of fun. It's great for team building as well. So be sure you check out the Range. You can always go to their website to find out more about all of that, including the great training opportunities they offer. It is a veteran-owned business. They employ veterans, former, current members of law enforcement who do the training classes over there. Just a fantastic place. Go check them out online, therangestl.com.
Hey guys, Glover here for my very good friends at Window World. Man, these guys have been with me for a long time, and I am so proud and privileged to represent them. Every year we get together, usually once a year. A couple good North County boys own the Window World here in town, and I say, who's your big competition? And this latest time they looked at each other and smiled, and they said, Dave, we really don't have a lot of competition. The guys, the solo guys riding around in their truck, God love them, with a magnetic sign on the side of their pickup, but no big companies because we're just that good. Whatever rating agency you go to, they're just so highly rated. They are absolutely dedicated to customer service. They do these fantastic replacement windows. They're so durable you can actually stand on them. That's one of the kind of little gimmicks that they have. So call them. Make sure you mention me to get the very best of everything. 314-993-1800 or windowworldstl.com. 314-993-1800.
Gateway Area Accurate Dealer's Summer of Performance event has finally arrived. Drive home a new 2018 MDX for $13,000 less than a BMW X5. GatewayAreaAccurateDealers.com. MDX MSRP $44,200. Dealers set their own price. Destination and handling are extra.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blind, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Follow Mark on Twitter at MarcCox971.
I mean, today we witnessed the President of the United States go from the frying pan into the fire, moving not just from political liability for a bad situation with Russia collusion and so forth to perhaps legal liability now.
Oh, great Odin's Raven.
Congressman Castro there. We've witnessed the president go from the frying pan into the fire. Welcome back to the Marc Cox Morning Show. The left losing their collective minds. I joked earlier they had a Barry White moment. Hey,
yes,
baby.
Can you do your voice?
Hey, baby, give me a cigarette. Yeah, that's what they were feeling like last night after the Paul Manafort guilty verdicts on only 8 of the 18 counts, which kind of shows that Mueller overplayed his hand there. He brought a cascade of charges, hoping that a few of them would stick, and he got what he wanted. Right? He's pinching Manafort to try to get him to I don't know, come up with something new against the president, because that's ultimately his goal. The Cohen case, very similar. It was done in a New York federal court, but ultimately Michael Cohen is represented by, drum roll please, Clinton sycophant / lawyer Lanny Davis. That's what it is, folks. The former personal attorney for the current president of the United States is represented by Bill Clinton's lawyer. And that's pretty much all you need to know. That sums up the case right there. Cohen is covering his rump and trying to finagle out of a couple of years in prison in return for claiming he knows information on the president. This is going nowhere, but Lanny Davis admits now that that's the reason that he took the case.
When I decided to represent Mr. Cohen, it was because he committed to me early on in many conversations that he wanted to tell the truth about Donald Trump. And we talked about what he knew about Donald Trump. This was one of the subjects. So whether I use the word cooperation or not, and my colleague Guy Petrillo will know the answer to your question, it's truth that Michael Cohen is committed to, and it's the truth that so threatens the President of the United States.
And I'm Lanny Davis, and I sound a lot like Deputy Dog, Droopy Dog. Yeah, that's Lanny Davis right there, admitting that he only took the case because he thought it could hurt Donald Trump. And you heard what he knows the truth about Donald Trump. Well, you know what? Truth isn't truth if it's coming out of the mouth of somebody who represented Bill Clinton and is good friends with Hillary Clinton, who's still rump hurt over what happened in the election in 2016. Folks, this is a joke. And here's what's going to chap your hide more than anything I've told you this morning. Get ready. Lanny Davis has apparently not been paid yet for his legal services. So Lanny Davis has started a GoFundMe page for Michael Cohen. You can't make this stuff up. It's called the Michael Cohen Truth Fund, designed to entrap snowflakes across America, and it's working. They've developed a fund to lead the left in this country to believe that Michael Cohen is going to tell the criminal truth about Donald Trump. And the left is being sucked into it like flies to a bowl of honey. In the last 5 minutes since I refreshed this page,
how much?
It's gone up another $1,000 in 5 minutes. And right now they've raised $14,500 of their $500,000 goal. And there are people donating $10, and there are people donating $500 to this fund because they now think that before they wouldn't have peed on Michael Cohen if he was on fire, and now they think he can help them, so they're supporting a GoFundMe page for him to pay his legal fees to Hillary Clinton's lawyer, Lanny Davis. So it's just unbelievable. The comments on the GoFundMe page are worth reading. Can I just tell you that?
Yes, please.
Please. Here it is. Hold on. His lawyer sets up a page to pay himself money. He wants $500,000. What a country. LOL. As I understand it, here's Tim Menard a few minutes ago. You're willing to give your money to a criminal due to your hatred toward President Trump, correct? We know President Trump isn't squeaky clean. Are you squeaky clean? I'm not. Second term for President Trump, landslide. Sarah Pring writes in 8 minutes ago, beyond belief. We need to pay him to tell the truth. This is a criminal. He doesn't deserve a penny. Tell your client to do the right thing. People don't donate to this. What an appalling use of philanthropy. It's unbelievable that people. Lanny Davis started the page to collect $500,000 so Michael Cohen can afford to pay his legal fees. Yeah. That's all it is. Oh, my goodness. That is just unbelievable. Hey, Brenda, thank you for calling into the program. What's on your mind?
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I just wanted to make a quick comment. And, it's interesting that the media never mentions that all of these conversations that President Trump had with Michael Cohen were under the umbrella, let's say, of an attorney-client privilege. He, as far as I know, Trump has not waived any privilege here, any discussions, any non-disclosure agreements that Michael Cohen worked on for him. I mean, he's absolutely in violation of that privilege by speaking, and this isn't covering up any kind of a crime. Individuals sign non-disclosure agreements all the time. So I'm fascinated why that's never brought up, that he's in violation of his duty as an attorney or a former attorney to President Trump.
So, Brenda, at least on part of it, the Trump legal team waived attorney-client privilege, particularly on the recordings Cohen had. He did. The Trump people did waive attorney-client privilege to some extent, but you're right. And I don't know if you're an attorney. I'm not an attorney, but my assumption would be anything you say in a room with your attorney there is covered by attorney-client privilege unless one side or the other waives it. I mean, they can't bring you into court and force you to break that.
Correct.
That's my perception of it.
Right, and obviously, I mean, look, he's not covering up a crime. I mean, you can dispute whether or not there are moral and ethical issues here with regard to these two women where he allegedly had an affair with them or some kind of contact, but non-disclosure agreements are signed on a daily basis. Mr. Cohen was the author of those non-disclosure agreements. I mean, that in and of itself is not a crime. It happens quite frequently with high-powered individuals or people with deep pockets. So I don't understand why he's some kind of kingpin here. He's in trouble on his own for his own personal finances, but to bring him in, and so what if there was a non-disclosure agreement? So what if money was paid out? I believe that it was paid out of funds that had nothing to do with the campaign.
Right. No, I think you're right. Brenda, thank you for the call. You make a good point there. She's right. These non-disclosure agreements are pretty common. And in both of these cases, these are individuals who were happy with what they settled for when they signed the agreement. And then they later realized somebody consulted them and told them they could have gotten a whole lot more.
Right.
Which is why Stormy Daniels is still doing the strip club circuit in the Metro East, right? Because she only got $150,000. That won't pay your bills very long. And now she wants to write a book and she wants to supposedly tell her story, but she's got the legal constraints of that agreement she signed with her signature on it, and she wants out of it. That's what this whole thing has been about with this Avenatti character. He's a complete nut job.
So you just do everything you can to go around it.
Right.
Until you get in trouble.
Right. And, that may be a lawsuit in and of itself at some point by Trump's people, but they got bigger fish to fry at this point. Listen to Greg Jarrett. I enjoyed his take on this last night from Fox News.
There are two reasons why his payment in exchange for a non-disclosure agreement is not an illegal campaign contribution. The law says if there is a dual or secondary purpose, it's not illegal. Here, President Trump had personal and commercial reasons. Second of all, the Federal Campaign Election Act is a specific intent crime if you're going to criminalize it. And that means you have to prove, quote, knowingly and willfully committed a violation of the campaign law. Who is that steeped in campaign election laws to know that a non-disclosure agreement in exchange for money would be a violation? So you can't even prove the case. This is an amazing...
You can't even prove. You remember John Edwards? They tried to. They took John Edwards, John Kerry's running mate, to court over this, and he was acquitted because they tried to prove that he paid off the mistress who was pregnant with his child to keep the whole thing quiet during the election, and he was acquitted. It's a very tough thing to prove, and you've got Michael Cohen saying it, and it's unless there's a. I mean, the paper trail would have to be there somewhere, the financial paper trail, to prove that Donald Trump somehow called him up and said, I need you to transfer this money over there because if you don't, we're going to lose the election. That's what he's suggesting in this particular case. So the bottom line is that's not what this whole case was about. That's what you need to remember, and that's why I need Zach to get me to the soapbox here, please.
Now, Marc Cox Soapbox.
All right. Time for us to talk this over. So there's a lot to unpack here. It's been a long day yesterday in Washington, but basically it gets down to this. The swamp won one back yesterday on Donald Trump. That's what happened. It was an uncomfortable day in Trump world yesterday. The Democrats and the Trump haters across America had that Barry White moment that I mentioned about, hey, baby, give me a cigarette. Because they were feeling good. They were feeling relaxed after a good performance yesterday. I'm going to caution you not to count those chickens so fast. Because what we're seeing in D.C. is exactly what I warned you about 3 months ago at the end of the Eric Greitens saga. It is a dangerous time in America to be an outsider trying to fix this broken system. And it's not because I believe this president's going to have to step down, because this isn't it. This isn't it. I don't believe that's what this will lead to. But Eric Greitens threatened the establishment. He did not go along with the plan, so much so that in his case, the members of his own party took him down. They bankrupted him effectively and took him out of office. Donald Trump has never used the phrase corrupt career politicians, but he often points out that he's not one. And a lot of people in the establishment in Washington, D.C. are deeply offended by that. Now let's talk about what happened yesterday. 2 guilty pleas, one in Washington, one in New York, neither of which had anything to do with Russia or Russian collusion. So $27 million later and 500 days of investigation, and Bob Mueller has uncovered business fraud and tax fraud that happened years before Donald Trump became president. And in an attempt to save his own hide, Michael Cohen is willing to suggest that he broke the law at the urging of the president. Now, I'm not the first one to point this out, but I will, that when you're facing federal charges, the job of the federal prosecutor is to put your boys in the vice and clamp down on the pressure, then start asking questions, which means Cohen is in self-preservation mode right now. And anything he does or says is simply an attempt to lessen the amount of time that he might spend in jail for fraud. He's about to cut a deal with Robert Mueller. The Clinton sycophant, his attorney, Lanny Davis, who's trying to raise $500,000 to cover his own legal fees in the name of Cohen, has admitted that his goal is to take down Donald Trump. He has admitted that.
When I decided to represent Mr. Cohen, it was because he committed to me early on in many conversations that he wanted to tell the truth about Donald Trump.
Yeah, your truth, Lanny Davis, which tells you what this special prosecutor was all about to begin with. This was never about Russian collusion. Squirrel, shiny object. It was about removing Donald Trump from the presidency because the establishment hates him. The Clintons hate him. The Democratic Party hates him. The fascists hate him. The snowflakes hate him. Jim Comey and John Brennan hate him. The media abhors him. And they don't really care what it takes as long as he's removed from office. The reason is irrelevant. It's really the biggest problem with liberals in this country. They care more about their feelings than the country. And yes, we do have a two-tier justice system in this country. We do. I want you to just plain as the nose on my face, which is pretty obvious. Hillary Clinton walks around after violating multiple federal statutes with her private email system, and Paul Manafort is probably going to jail for the rest of his natural life because he cheated Uncle Sam out of a couple of $100,000 in taxes. Michael Cohen should go to jail for 10 years or more, but he's going to get his jail time shortened for turning on the target of this whole charade, which is Donald Trump. So I would say this to the left, that before you light that cigarette, This thing is far from over. And it's a reminder, though, that our central government has grown out of control, and it is filled with corrupt bureaucrats who will do absolutely anything and everything to retain that power. Donald Trump poses a threat to them because oftentimes he doesn't play their game, and he's brash, and he's not a politician. And they want him out of office. Now, Hillary Clinton is never going to be president. Not going to happen. And if they do manage to get Trump somehow, they've got President Pence. But Pence was in Congress for a long time, and he's far more of an establishment guy than Donald Trump. Just bear that in mind. You just have to see this for what it is, and that's what it is. 314-241-9797. We'll get to more of your phone calls, give away some Blues tickets coming up.
Dear beloved home, over our years, we've experienced many of life's changes together. Our lives have changed, and we've made changes to you as well. Now, as we pulled into our driveway at the end of a long day, we had noticed it was time for a makeover. Exteriors by Mosby provided us a broad range of options for new windows and siding that let us love your outside as much as we love your inside. With Exteriors by Mosby, we're taking as good care of you as you care for us.
Call 909-8383 or visit exteriorsbymosby.com. Exteriors by Mosby. Home never felt so good.
Obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA, is a serious disorder that limits airflow during sleep. OSA can cause a person to repeatedly stop breathing for a minute or longer. I'm Dr. Joe Oja with the Clayton Sleep Institute. Untreated sleep apnea can have serious and life-shortening consequences. If you have or think you have OSA, we can help. Call 314-645-5855 or visit ClaytonSleep.com. Clayton Sleep Institute. Better sleep, better life.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. Dow futures in the red the day after two former Trump advisors get slapped with criminal convictions.
In the trial of the president's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, guilty on 8 counts of tax and bank fraud carrying significant prison time. The jury deadlocking on 10 other counts, resulting in mistrial in all. None of the 18 total counts related to the president or the campaign.
Fox's Griff Jenkins this day after the former personal attorney for Michael Cohen pled guilty to range of charges and testified that then-candidate Trump directed him to arrange hush payments to 2 women ahead of the election. And people on parts of Hawaii bracing for a major storm.
Hurricane Lane is a dangerous Category 5 hurricane with sustained winds of 160 miles per hour. The center of Lane is forecast to pass just west of the Big Island on Thursday.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean, Fox News. We report, you decide.
97.1 News Time, 7:31. It's 67 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. 17 people died when the boat sank last month, and the Attorney General's office is conducting a criminal investigation. The daughter of Bill Asher, an Afton man killed in the accident, also filed a lawsuit on Monday. Police are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead near a Metro bus stop on Grand. Officials say it started last night with a fight at a nearby Chipotle and continued as they made their way to the bus stop. One man was injured after being shot in the face. Another man was shot in the chest and later died. The suspect remains at large. The Bomberitos IndyCar 500 is expected to have a huge economic impact on the St. Louis metro area this weekend. The event will bring thousands of people and about $40 million to the St. Louis and Metro East community. The race will be held at Gateway Motorsports Park on Saturday. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night. They play tonight at 9:10. 97.1 News Time, 7:32.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Westbound 44 remains closed and traffic diverted at Gray Summit due to that overnight fatal accident involving 2 tractor trailers and a pickup. Accident westbound 70 near Wright City involving a tractor trailer. That's past the rest area. 1 lane is getting by. We've got plenty of volume eastbound 6440. A little bit moderate through the valley, then it picks up Boone's Crossing through Timberlake Manor, and again east of Lindbergh through Big Bend. Westbound is jammed now, approaching Hampton on out through McCausland. Eastbound 44 slow right at Laclede Station Road. Northbound 270, slow pockets 55 through Manchester. And we've got a jam on the Poplar Street Bridge from about the 70 merge now across that bridge. We also have northbound Route 3 slow at the bridge complex. And 64 westbound is slow, headed for the 55-70 merge. Also, eastbound 70 drivers slow on either side of 270. And westbound 270 is slow now, 367 through West Florissant. Traffic brought to you by RP Lumber. Best service, best value. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 7:33.
Hey, sometimes we don't always pay close attention to the trees in our yard. I'm looking at one in my yard the other day, and I thought, well, that's great because, I was worried about the health of the tree, and I realized that the green I saw on it was actually vines growing up the side, but it appears that the leaves did not come out this year, so which means that tree's got some problems, and I'm going to have to consider getting it removed. When you see that, you need to call the folks at Hanson's Tree Service. They'll send an arborist out who can confirm your suspicions or might see something you don't. These are people who are experts in what they do. Now, if you've got a limb hanging over your house you need removed, and you have to get on more than a step ladder to trim that tree, you need to call Hanson's. Call a professional. There are more than 30,000 chainsaw accidents a year in emergency rooms, and trimming trees is ranked one of the most dangerous jobs in America consistently. Hire a professional. The Hansons know what they're doing out there. They've got people who are trained, they're licensed, they're insured. They can come out and take care of those trees without you being at risk. Call them for a free risk assessment. Go to their website. You can request a quote right there at hansonstree.com.
Hi, Sean Long for STL Fenceworks. The secret formula to our success is the marriage of quality products and workmanship with next-level service unseen in our industry, all at a competitive price. These are characteristics that informed and diligent customers seek out, and our competitors cannot duplicate. When you think vinyl fence, think STL Fenceworks. We custom fabricate our own vinyl fence and gates to meet your needs. When you think aluminum and steel ornamental fence, think STL Fenceworks. We purchase truckload quantities, passing the savings on to you. Decks? STL Fenceworks is the largest wholesaler of Wolf cellular PVC decking products in the Midwest. Wolf has proven to exceed the quality and warranty of any other synthetic decking product, and our craftsmen will bring your vision to life. STL Fenceworks is the confluence of quality, service, and affordability. That's value. Give us the opportunity, and we will exceed your expectations. At STL Fenceworks, your satisfaction is our passion.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Summertime is the best time for adventure. Time to set the standard, blaze the trail, and go above and beyond. Because nothing beats the luxury and capability of a Land Rover, capable of taking you on a summer adventure you'll never forget. Right now at Land Rover St. Louis, save $19,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 Land Rover Range Rover Sport Supercharged V8. Your summer adventure awaits at Land Rover St. Louis, a Plaza Motor Company on Olive Boulevard in Creve Coeur, and online at LandRoverSt.Louis.com. MSRP $90,716.
Hey guys, Glover here with my very, very good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalanceHealth.com. If you have reached that certain age and you're just not feeling very well and nothing's working the way it used to work, go see Dr. Kathy. She is not only a medical doctor, she is a patient of this bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It absolutely works. It's a long-term solution. She is an artist when it comes to helping you with your hormones. BioBalanceHealth.com for Dr. Kathy Maupin.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox.
We chased our pleasures here, dug our treasures there. But can you still recall the time we cried? Break on through to the other side. Break on
are a country that has been ripped off by everybody. And we're not going to be ripped off anymore.
Part of the president's comments yesterday in West Virginia when he went and gave a campaign-style speech. And I thought he did a nice job. It sounded like the speech he'd given a couple days earlier when he went out and spoke. But he was on. He was on. And he even talked a little bit about the Manafort guilty plea. And, I don't know what he's thinking here. I don't know if he's considering a pardon for Manafort at some point or not. He's already been warned by Chuck Schumer that those words better not come out of his mouth. Go to cut 5 for me, if you don't mind there, Zach.
I feel very sad about that. It doesn't involve me, but I still feel, it's a very sad thing that happens. This has nothing to do with Russian collusion. This started as Russian collusion. This has absolutely nothing to do. This is a witch hunt, and it's a disgrace.
So there are the president's comments yesterday as he was getting ready to get on Air Force One to go to Virginia talking about this. Everybody was screaming questions at him about Michael Cohen. And there is a question still to be asked there about attorney-client privilege. Now, that doesn't mean attorney-client privilege should be used to cover up a crime if there's a crime, right? But what is Michael? I mean, at some point, Michael Cohen has some constraints on conversations between himself and the president if the president was his client at the time, I would think. Jeff, thank you for the call. What's on your mind?
Well, I wanted to ask exactly that question. I agree with people make fun of the president for calling this a witch hunt, but that's absolutely what it is. You hit the nail on the head in your soapbox. Why would President Trump's legal team, and why would he waive any privilege in this environment where people are just trying to get you for anything they can come up with?
Well, I would guess that they weren't too worried about the tape. I think they had listened to the tapes and didn't think that there was anything in there that was going to harm the president. I mean, they tried to remember the first thing Lanny Davis did was come out and release those tapes like there was some smoking gun there. But when you listen to it, the president didn't say anything incriminating on those tapes. I mean, the White House probably looked at that and said, if anything, this vindicates him. He wasn't talking about, giving this lady cash or anything like that. I mean, it just there was nothing incriminating on there. So maybe they felt like the best thing to do was, if we invoke attorney-client privilege, maybe it looks like we're trying to hide something. We're not afraid of what's on these tapes.
Okay. All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Mark.
Yeah, you bet. No, I appreciate the call. That would be my suspicion as to why they wouldn't have fought harder for attorney-client privilege in that case. I don't know. But you can waive attorney-client privilege for one thing, but not for everything. And the assumption has to be that exists there somewhere. I don't know how long ago Cohen quit being his attorney. I don't know what the time frame is. But, again, all you have to remember is that the stated goal of Jim Comey and a lot of people on the left was to somehow connect the president of the United States to backroom deal making with Vladimir Putin to get him elected over Hillary Clinton. It's the whole reason Jim Comey wanted a special prosecutor announced, and he must have been as giddy as Rachel Maddow last night was when he found out it was going to be Bob Mueller, who also happens to be his best friend and predecessor at the FBI. Must have been giddy about that because he knew that even if Mueller couldn't find evidence of Russian collusion, of which there is none apparently, because surely to God, after this amount of time, a junior-level detective from Podunk, Iowa could have found something if it was there. Now they've moved on to something else, and then something else again, and then some former porn star, and then oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think we got something here. It's like that Geico commercial with the old man with the dollar on the fishing pole. Yeah. Oh, I got you $1. Oh, you got to be faster than that. It's almost like they've been fishing for that one thing. Oh, now we got it. It's Michael Cohen. and now we've got a Clinton attorney representing Michael Cohen. How biased is that? And this dude goes out and creates a GoFundMe page, and these crazy
and people donate to it.
Liberal idiots across the country are donating hundreds of dollars at a time to Michael. Okay, so when I checked earlier, it was $14,492. I'm going to hit the refresh button. Let's keep a running tab here. Oh, look at that. It went up $4,000 in 20 minutes. It's now up to $18,042. $18,042. And I'm going down the list of names on here of who might have contributed to it to see if I recognize Damien or Al or Charles or anybody else. Some people are putting fake names on there. Earlier, somebody put Melania Trump. So you never know how true the names are, but people are still blasting them online. A rich guy begging for money online. Can you imagine this Michael Cohen, an attorney in New York? He was probably billing people at $1,000 an hour when he was giving them advice. Now his attorney, Lanny Davis, is begging people to donate money to his cause. And this campaign is trending. It's sickening. It is sickening. Keith, you're on the radio. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I was wondering about donating some money to this guy.
Okay,
but I need your help. How many Monopoly games do I have to buy to get him $1 million in Monopoly money?
That's a good question. I haven't played Monopoly in a long time, but maybe you could just donate to Broadway or something like that.
I mean, I would consider Confederate currency, but I figure that's more valuable than Monopoly money.
Yeah, somebody might put a rope around your neck and pull you over off your statue if you tried to donate Confederate money.
Good heavens, the statue. What a big circus that is.
Yeah, no kidding. Keith?
Let's rewrite history, and we'll tear down the statue, and it never happened.
We should just tear down all statues and former monuments to everything out of fear that it might offend one person. That's ridiculous we've gotten in this country.
Well, I have to agree there. It's about as dumb as... I can't think of anything that dumb.
Keith, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's it's unbelievable where this thing has gone. Hey, Ed, you're on the radio.
Hey, how's it going, Mark?
Great.
Good. Hey, just by the way, this is Dr. Ed, Tony Colombo's Dr. Ed.
Oh, excellent. Good to hear from you.
A while ago, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, hey, just I wanted to make a quick point about how the witch hunt reminds me a lot of Monty Python and the Holy Grail and the whole witch hunt in there, making the deductions about how a witch is like a duck and, because it's all like wood and stuff. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. Reducing to the ridiculous here.
Great reference there. We appreciate it, Dr. Ed. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, good to hear from you. Very, very, yeah. That's a Tony Colombo's proctologist. He calls in every once in a while. I'm just kidding. He's a chiropractor. I'm just kidding. 314-241-9797. We'll get to more phone calls coming up. We're going to give away a couple of Blues tickets as well. And we've got Keith Antone coming in studio for the bottom line. We're going to have to just go ahead and pot down that microphone over there before he gets in here. I'm just waiting for that one. Plus, the current administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. One story that's kind of been covered over in what happened yesterday was the Trump administration went to West Virginia to tout the rollback of Obama's anti-energy plan called the Clean Power Act. And the president rolled it back yesterday. We're going to talk to the director of the EPA about what that means, because if you listen to the left this morning, they tell you need to hide your wife and hide your child because you're all going to die because of what Trump did. As usual, an overreaction. We'll be right back.
97.1 News Time, 7:47. It's 67 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. One person is dead following a tractor-trailer accident on I-44 at Gray Summit overnight. Some of the protesters arrested nearly a year ago at the Galleria are upset that city prosecutors have decided to press charges. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred to the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night. They play tonight at 9:10. This report brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings is the place for your fantasy draft party. Choose the $30 deal with 30 traditional or 40 boneless wings, or the $60 deal. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, prices and participation vary. 97.1 News Time, 7:48. It's 67 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Westbound 44 remains closed and traffic diverted at Gray Summit due to that overnight fatal accident involving the tractor trailers and a pickup. We also have an accident westbound 70 near Wright City involving a tractor trailer. At least one lane is getting by through there. We have an accident reported southbound 61 near Highway U and a backup there this morning. Northbound 270 is jammed, and that's 55 through Manchester. Eastbound 6440, just some moderate volume through Chesterfield Valley. Most of the volume is between 270 and Big Bend. Westbound is slow. Kings Highway out through McCausland. Pretty good jam this morning on the Poplar Street Bridge. In fact, that starts at the 70 merge. Westbound 64 is slow, headed for the 55 merge. And we've got heavy volume on the McKinley Bridge this morning. Also 70, not that bad. A little bit slow westbound, though, as you head toward Jennings Station. And southbound 170 is slow at Highway 70. The westbound 270 volume this morning is approaching 367 past West Florissant. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 7:49.
Well, let's face it, as you get older, sometimes you reach an age where you need a little extra assistance, but that doesn't mean that you change as a person and that you don't still need activities and socialization and all of those things you had before. You just need a little extra help with some of those activities of daily living. That's what they've designed the Garden View Care Centers for. Richard Winter came in and he said, I want to design a place where I would want my mother to be, which she was for a while. Richard's mother was there. And he's got employees who've been with him now for 25 years, and they do those same things at all three locations. They built a facility where you would be comfortable taking a loved one.
Absolutely. And if you have a loved one that's dealing with memory loss or Alzheimer's or dementia, the Garden View Care Centers is a great place to look into because, Alzheimer's is a progressive disease and the dementia symptoms worsen over time. And the needs of your loved one are also going to change. And the Garden View Care Center specializes in the field of Alzheimer's and dementia care, and they have for more than 30 years. So they understand and they know the best ways to handle patients dealing with dementia. And again, like Mark was saying, they've created an environment to care for your loved one in place. So as their needs change, they are not going to have to move. So they're socializing with the people that are also there. They're becoming friends with and the people that are caring for them. Take a tour at one of the 3 locations of the Garden View Care Centers today. They have one in Chesterfield, Doherty Ferry at Big Bend, also in O'Fallon, and get more information at gvcc.com.
Summer means savage savings at Tactical in St. Peter's. Mention the code word SAVAGE for a super secret squirrel savings on things that we're not supposed to put on sale.
Did you tell them we have 511 and Oakley tactical gear?
I did not.
Don't get stuck in neutral. Shift your retirement plan into overdrive with your Retirement Highway with Ken Heisey and Steve Muller from the Heisey Advisory Group. Saturday nights at 7 on FM News Talk 97.1.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blinds, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Follow Mark on Twitter at MarcCox971.
One of the basic facts is where she disappeared from. Some of the family members have indicated that evidence suggests she may have returned home after the run. Do you believe she disappeared on the run or after she returned home?
Well, I mean, that's one of those details that I'm not going to discuss today. As I said, I believe we have a good timeline that we're working off of, and I'm confident the investigative team is doing everything they can to make sure that that is a solid timeline and is generating the appropriate leads to follow up on it.
That was the county sheriff out in Iowa where Molly Tibbitt's remains were found, talking about the fact that he's the one who announced that they've arrested an illegal alien in her murder. And there hasn't been nearly enough outrage over that. Let me tell you how bad this is. You've got the murder of a 20-year-old American woman, brutal murder from all accounts, buried under stalks of corn in a cornfield 3 miles from where she lived by a monster who never should have been in this country to begin with. And if you turned on CNN or MSNBC yesterday, there's a chance you may or may not have even heard that story, because it didn't seem to be real high on their list of concerns. They didn't think that was much of a story. Go to cut number 29 for me from MSNBC commentator here. Listen.
Fox News is talking about, a girl in Iowa and not this, right?
Shock and awe that Fox News covered both stories yesterday. I mean, just look over at Fox. All they're covering is some story about some girl in Iowa. They could care less about the murder of this 20-year-old woman because they think they smell blood in the water around the man they despise more than Hitler himself, which is Donald Trump. That's the attitude of the media on this right now, and it's sickening to watch. From Brian Stelter to you name it, Chuck Todd. What's his name? Acoster over at CNN. I mean, right down the line. Go to cut 16. Play that headline from Chuck Todd.
This could be the most consequential day of the Trump presidency yet. It's all happening. Good evening. I'm Chuck.
It's all happening right now. This could be the most comprehensive. Go to cut number 3. Tubin over at
for a
CNN.
long time, we had heard from the president's supporters, well, this has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has to do with the Ukraine many years ago. This brings the scandal right to the door of the White House.
Go to cut number 7. Let's listen to... do we have time for a
What you're
Acoster?
seeing here, Wolf, is the White House fumbling for a response to how to handle this avalanche of very negative, troubling legal news for the president.
You know who that was?
Oh, great Odin's Raven.
Back to you, Wolf. Quick break. 314-241-9797. And tell you what, I'll give away the Blues tickets coming up in the next hour. We've got the Bottom Line with Keith Antone and the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency coming up.
Are you nearing retirement and wondering if you can afford to retire? Are you worried that you won't have enough income in retirement to live the same lifestyle as you are now? Are you also wondering how the stock market will affect your current retirement plans? This is Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, and we'd like to show you the kind of income your retirement accounts can provide, whether you're retiring now or even in the next 5 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation financial review. We'll build your own personalized, structured income plan that will show you exactly the type of retirement you can count on. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my best-selling book, The Boomer's Guide to a Worry-Free Retirement. I've been helping retirees and pre-retirees achieve a worry-free retirement for 31 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 or visit us online at retirementkey.com. Once again, that's 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com.
Well, are you looking for a home to buy right now? How about this? You want a home with a little bit of land? Here's a house out in Winfield, 3.6 acres, 4 bedrooms, 2,200 square feet on East Highway 47, just $279,000. Just an example of the listings that you can find at for Rick and Tracy Ellis. If you're trying to sell a home, you want to sell it quickly, you want to go to a marketing machine. That's what Rick and Tracy do. They've got you online. They've got you on their website. They've got you on the radio. They've got you on their weekend radio shows, their glossy magazine, in newspapers. They know how to move homes, and that's the goal if you're going to hire somebody to sell your property. Right now, for the rest of the month of August, they are reducing their commission. So on top of all that great service, to just 5%. You can't beat that. I'm telling you what, they're with Keller Williams. They will do a great job for you. Go to their website to find out more details, TracyEllis.com. Victory Men's Health is all about you being you again. You may need testosterone replacement therapy. If you're going to have your hormones treated, make sure you're seeing a specialist. This is not a one-size-fits-all treatment. Make sure you have options. Victory offers several different therapies for testosterone replacement, such as bioidentical pellets, injections, and gels. Plus, they have the newest treatment for ED. It's wave therapy, pain-free, and hundreds of their patients have been treated successfully. Go to victorymenshealth.com.
Apache Village RV has been family-owned and operated for over 40 years. Camping is one of the best ways to bring family together, and Apache Village RV will help you find the perfect RV or camper for your family, offering major markdowns on 2018 models to make room for the new 2019s. It's a great time to get a deal at Apache Village RV. Top manufacturers like Fleetwood, Jayco, and Keystone. Full service department to get your camper ready for the road. Located on Dunn Road in Hazelwood. ApacheVillageRV.com. Go one better, go Apache Village.
KFTK FM Florissant, KFTK AM East St. Louis, K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk, 97.1.
A radio.com station.
A suggestion from President Trump. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. The president just tweeted, "If anyone's looking for a good lawyer, I would strongly suggest that you don't retain the services of Michael Cohen." The president's former attorney is pleading guilty of campaign finance violations involving the president, also tax and bank fraud charges. At the White House, here's Fox's John Decker.
Lanny Davis, the attorney for Michael Cohen, told MSNBC this morning that Cohen decided to make his plea deal and implicate the president after viewing President Trump in a new light.
What changed his mind about Donald Trump, and it was the unsuitability factor as president, scaring a lot of people who like Trump.
Cohen, in his plea deal with federal prosecutors, implicated the president in a campaign finance law violation, claiming that the president directed him to pay money to adult film actress Stormy Daniels and another woman who claimed they had affairs with the president years before he became a presidential candidate. Chris?
John Decker at the White House. Primary results are in from Alaska and Wyoming. Here's Fox's Jeff Manasso.
Chris, the Alaska primary now setting the stage for a three-way governor's race, now between Republican Mike Dunleavy, incumbent governor, independent Bill Walker, and Democrat Mark Begich, who says he's staying put despite calls for him to drop out. In Wyoming, billionaire Foster Freese defeated in the state's GOP gubernatorial primary despite a last-minute endorsement from President Trump. Wyoming State Treasurer Republican Mark Gordon will instead challenge Democratic State Rep Mary Throne this fall. Chris.
Jeff, thanks. A big storm, Hurricane Lane, is heading toward Hawaii, with the center expected to pass just west of the Big Island tomorrow.
We are anxious. We looked at the track this morning and saw that it's coming nearer than we thought to Oahu, so trying to prepare.
Landfall or not, damaging wind, heavy rain, flooding, and landslides are in the forecast. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Can you tell if this burger contains bacteria that could cause kidney failure? Listen. Can't, can you? You can't see it either. There's only one way to tell if you've cooked meat and poultry to a bacteria-killing temperature. Use a food thermometer. It's not an extra step or a nice to have. Raw or undercooked meat may contain bacteria that can make you very sick or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by using a food thermometer every time. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
97.1 News Time, 8:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Fox 2's Dave Murray. Partly sunny, nice today, high of 80. Clear, cool tonight, low of 58. Partly sunny, nice again tomorrow with a high of 80. It's 67 degrees right now. One person is dead following an overnight accident involving a tractor trailer on I-44 near Route 100 at Gray Summit. Officials say the accident happened before midnight and involved two tractor trailers and a pickup truck. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. 17 people died when the boat sank last month, and the Attorney General's office is conducting a criminal investigation. The daughter of Bill Asher, an Afton man killed in the accident, also filed a lawsuit on Monday. Some of the protesters arrested nearly a year ago at the Galleria are upset that city prosecutors have decided to press charges. The Richmond Heights City Council met Monday night, and some of the protesters demanded that the city dismiss the charges that include rioting and trespassing. The protests were among several after the acquittal of former St. Louis police officer Jason Stockley in the fatal shooting of Anthony Lamar Smith. Police are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead near a Metro bus stop on Grand. Officials say it started last night with a fight at a nearby Chipotle and continued as they made their way to the bus stop. One man was injured after being shot in the face. Another man was shot in the chest and later died. The suspect remains at large. This report brought to you by Smart Mouth. Bad breath is bad business. The real cause of bad breath is sulfur gas. Smart Mouth is on shelves at drugstores and supercenters. Never have bad breath. SmartMouth.com. 97.1 News Time, 8:04. It's 67 degrees. Sports is brought to you by Mattress Direct. The Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 in Los Angeles last night. With the win, the Cardinals moved atop the National League wildcard standings by a half game over the Brewers, and they're 2.5 games behind the division-leading Cubs. Jack Flaherty gets the start tonight as they wrap up their 3-game series. Game time is 9:10. And first baseman Matt Adams is back with the Cardinals. They claimed him off waivers yesterday from the Nationals, who will only receive cash considerations in return. This report brought to you by Victory Men's Health, the experts in low testosterone and ED, victorymenshealth.com. 97.1 News Time, 8:05. It's 67 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Westbound 44 remains closed and traffic diverted at Gray Summit due to that overnight fatal accident involving a couple of tractor trailers and a pickup truck. So we've got some slow-moving volume through there. Now, the good news is westbound 70 has been reopened. That accident cleared out at Wright City, and things are looking fine through there. Plenty of volume this morning. Heaviest traffic besides 44 is on westbound 55-64 from the 70 merge across the Poplar. Northbound Route 3 jams at the bridge. Heavy volume on the McKinley Bridge. Westbound 270 is slow at 367. Westbound 6440 slow, Kings Highway through Big Bend. Eastbound, most of the volume is 270 through Big Bend. Eastbound 70 drivers slow east of 94 past 270. Northbound 270, still stop and go traffic from 55 through Manchester. Southbound is jamming at Highway 70. And westbound 70 is slow at Jennings Station. Traffic brought to you by RP Lumber. Best service, best value. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 8:06.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, light winds, lower humidity, 70s to near 80 degrees. Tonight, clear and cool, 70s for evening plans, 58 for the overnight low. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny and nice. Temperatures again near 80 degrees. Looking for showers and thunderstorms developing Thursday night and into Friday. We got a hot weekend coming up. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
It's 8:06 and 67 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Hey, take advantage of the end of summer savings out of Dave Sinclair Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Pacific. Tell you what, they got some 2018s on the lot, and they are dealing. The 2018 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab, the Chrysler Pacifica, anything that's on the lot that has a 2018 tag on it, they've got it on sale. Of course, they've got great deals on their 2019s because those are coming too. The Jeep Cherokee with a great cash allowance when you finance through a Chrysler. Go talk to Dave about it because all their new vehicles include that lifetime powertrain warranty, best in the business. If you don't believe me, ask Dave why that is, because you can get it serviced anywhere, not just as his dealership, and he's still going to honor it. It's fantastic. Plus, he's going to beat any deal in town, and if it's not right, he makes it right, because that's the way the Sinclairs have always been. know you're going to get the best deal, you're going to get the best price, and the best service at Dave Sinclair Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram out in Pacific, 2326 West Osage, which is Old 66 right there in Pacific. One exit past Six Flags. Go check them out. Look at their full inventory online at DaveSinclairDodge.com.
Have you discovered the Lombardo difference? Discover unrivaled quality and extraordinary details. Discover customization perfectly suited to you. Discover Cambridge Falls, an exquisite Lombardo Homes community located on the east side of Wilmer Road, north of Highway N in Wentzville. Cambridge Falls offers ranch and colonial homes from 2,000 to over 3,000 square feet, all with a finished recreation room in the lower level, starting in the high 200s. Cambridge Falls is proud to be part of the acclaimed Wentzville School District. To learn more, visit LombardoHomes.com.
You lead a busy lifestyle, and it's important to remain cool and confident when making that big presentation, negotiating a deal, or just hanging out with friends. You can with Miradry from Ridenour Plastic Surgery. Miradry is an FDA-approved device that permanently eliminates underarm sweat safely with no downtime. Stay confident and active without fear of underarm sweat. Call Ridenour at 314-878-8600 to get started. Ridenour knows confidence is sexy, confidence is beautiful. 878-8600.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app. Available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
FM News Talk 97.1. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox.
Joe Manchin voted no on the tax cuts. You know, the last time I was here, I saw signs along the highway. Joe, you voted no on tax cuts. And Joe, you voted no for our president. You voted no. And he's going to vote no. I'm not knocking him, but Schumer's the boss. And he may give us a vote on Justice Kavanaugh. He should.
The president moving ahead with winning while everybody else concentrates on this witch hunt. We're going to talk more about it coming up here in just a minute. We're going to also cover this Molly Tibbetts case as it continues to advance. Some new news coming out on that this morning because apparently the people where this illegal alien worked claimed that he passed an E-Verify background check. So we're waiting to see where that information is going to go today. Coming up later this hour, I've got the acting administrator of the EPA is going to join us to talk about what the president announced yesterday. Kind of got covered up by some of this other crap that happened yesterday. But it's rolling back this job-killing, coal plant-killing EPA plan that Obama put in. And the president's rolling back some of those restrictions. If you listen to the left, they'll tell you that everybody's going to die as a result. We'll get to the truth for you coming up here at the bottom of the hour around 8:37. But first, let's get to our guest, please.
Here's the bottom line.
Here's the bottom line.
We need to get to the bottom of this.
Get to the bottom of this.
We've got to get to the bottom of this.
The bottom line on the Marc Cox Show.
That's the only way we're going to get to the bottom of this.
That's the bottom line.
Truth. You can't handle the truth.
So since this morning when we went on the air at 5 a.m., there's a GoFundMe page set up for Michael Cohen by Lanny Davis. It's gone up $6,000 in the time we've been on the air. The last donation I see on here is $1,000 from a guy named Keith Antone, who happens to be joining us in the studio right now.
If I had $1,000, I wouldn't be giving it to that loser. But
so you admit he's a loser and a liar?
Yeah, he's a loser. Yeah, he's a liar. Everybody around Trump.
Okay, you love him now, though, because he's saying something negative.
I loved him all along. Cox, come on. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good to see you, Keith.
Good to see you, my friend.
I knew what to expect when I invited you in this morning.
Yeah, well, you know, at least Trump is keeping another campaign promise of draining the swamp. Six guilty pleas, Manafort convicted with a plea deal, 16 fired from the White House, 1 porn star, 1 Playboy bunny, 4 cabinet members forced out, and the first 2 Trump supporters in Congress indicted, Chris Collins and Duncan Hunter.
The
He's cleaning the swamp.
Where's
and
the
they're all
collusion?
his friends and family.
Where are the Russians?
Well, who cares?
I thought it. See, now we get to the truth.
Now we don't care about
because
the Russians.
it was never about the Russians, was it, Keith?
No, it probably wasn't. But listen, listen. But you got all this other stuff, Cox.
What's Duncan Hunter got to do with President Trump?
He and the other guy were the first two in Congress to support them. Now they're both been indicted. You heard that yesterday, too.
But that's got nothing to do with Donald Trump.
It has everything to do. Birds of a feather flock together.
Come on. You're killing me here.
I know.
You know that this is just further evidence that the whole Mueller investigation has gone nowhere. It's found nothing to do with any influence on the election in 2016
The walls
whatsoever.
are closing in. The walls are closing in. Let me tell you. I don't care about the Russian collusion anymore.
You don't, because that's not going to get Trump out of the White House.
That's not. I think what has happened yesterday, he's getting closer.
Closer to what?
Closer to being impeached.
Remember a guy named John Edwards?
I remember him.
He was the running mate of John Kerry.
And you
Lurch.
remember a guy named Eric Greitens?
I do.
Okay.
And there's a great parallel there because he's an anti-establishment guy who doesn't play well with others, and the establishment got him out of office because they don't like that.
Well, I tell you what, I think his days are numbered. I'm saying it here today on August 22nd, 2018. I believe Donald Trump he's unraveling right now. You know, there's a lady out there by the name of, what's her name? Omarosa, right?
I thought it was Omarosa.
Omarosa, you roaster. I don't care. Listen, here's what's going to all of the people
Omarosa
around
doesn't
him,
have anything.
Wait a minute. What do you mean she doesn't have anything? She got a pretty hefty book deal.
Well, that's all it's about. It's her making money. It's all about the porn stars making money.
That's right.
They've got nothing on Trump.
But I'm saying this is an embarrassment to our country.
On January 17th of 2016, you said this. You would have said the same thing. His time's limited. Look at the Russians. He did this. He cheated. There's no way he would have beat Hillary. There had to be something wrong, but there was nothing wrong.
Well, I know when I come on here,
he's winning.
It's going to be.
Hey, Keith.
Yes.
How's your 401k?
Doing well.
I'm sure it is. You think it would be doing that well under Hillary?
What do you got to lose? Unemployment's going down for the blacks, according to Sarah Huckabee. Wrong numbers again. This administration is full of lies, and you can't trust anything they say. I mean, come on.
I trust a lot of what they say. I'm looking at the numbers. The numbers in my 401k don't lie. The numbers in the economy don't lie. The unemployment numbers, although I don't always agree with how they're figured, they're going down.
Cox, let me ask you this. Are you seriously going to say that this isn't an embarrassment or a black eye to the country, this administration?
No, I don't think it's a black eye to
this reality show that's going on in the White House?
No.
Come on.
I don't think it's an embarrassment to the... Are you kidding me?
No.
You're my age. You lived through the Clinton administration. The Clintons' chief lawyer is now the lawyer for Michael Cohen trying to persecute and prosecute the president of the United States. You got to be kidding me.
And Cohen's looking at about 85 years, and he's singing like one of the Temptations, right? And so he's going to tell it all. Everybody,
but if he can say whatever he wants, but if he has no proof of what he's saying, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line.
There's going to be some proof coming out. It's coming out real soon.
Where's it coming?
It's coming.
Because you've been listening to Lanny Davis too much. Lanny Davis, like, you just wait. He's got plenty to give to Bob Mueller. He would have given all that to Bob Mueller before he got charged in the Eastern District of New York or the Western District of New York, whatever it was, if he had something to give.
Mark, it's got to say something about your character. If all the people around your most trusted advisors, your chairman of your campaign efforts, and all of these people around you are going either convicted or they're flipping on you, it's got to say something about the company that you keep. There's no way in the world, if I was a bad actor, that you would be my friend. There's no way.
All of these people,
that I
Keith
did
Antone,
any of these things, you wouldn't have me. You wouldn't have me anywhere near the studios.
Everything they found came from long before they worked for Donald Trump.
Now they're liars.
No, it came from long before.
Okay, I'll go with that. But what I'm saying, Mr. Cox, is that it has something to do with your character. The young lady, Omarosa, right? Here we fired her 4 times. Well, what does that say about you? You hired her 4 times. In order to get fired 4 times, am I right or wrong? Someone had to hire her.
Omarosa is off everybody's island now, isn't she?
Well, yeah. Well,
you didn't want anything to do with her before, but now you're happy because she's written in some tell-all book that might damage Donald Trump.
And he was paying her $180,000 of our tax dollars a year for her to sit up and do absolutely nothing. So
he's helping with black unemployment. What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, that's what Sarah Huckabee said last week. Those numbers came out false. She had to, backtrack
Keith,
on that.
You're killing me.
But listen, on a serious note, I do. My prayers and thoughts are with the young lady in Iowa, Molly Tibbetts. As a father of 3 daughters and I have a granddaughter. This hurts, man. This really hurts. My thoughts and prayers are with their family.
It kind of got covered up yesterday in all of this, but
it did.
The folks at MSNBC made fun of Fox for even covering the story.
That's ridiculous.
I know. I mean, they
crossed the line on that one.
But do you agree now that we need a wall? We're going to name it Molly's Wall.
I don't think the wall is the only answer. I think it's part of an answer.
But we have to have immigration reform.
Well, we do, and I think you and I agree on that. We do need immigration reform, and
not open borders,
and not right. So I do agree with you on that. I do. You're not going to get any argument.
But you know that if the Democrats take the House back, all they're going to do is tie up Congress with impeachment proceedings for the next 2 years.
Well, and rightfully so. And rightfully
but we're not going to get immigration reform done.
Well,
that's what we need to concentrate on.
I think people need to. But would you agree? Now, all I want to do is here's the facts. We talk about the immigrants, and we can name a handful. But don't you think that our homegrown folk have killed more people this year than any illegal or?
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
That's what I'm saying. So we got some problems all around. So we can look over here at immigration reform. Now he's going to make this a big topic, talking about your president. But we got some real serious problems.
He's
in
your
Chicago.
President too.
Well, no, he's not my president.
He is.
No, he's not, Mark. No, he's not.
Yeah, you're a Missouri resident, aren't you? Born in Ohio, which means you were born in the U.S.
And I'm proud.
He's your president.
Well, he's not my president.
He is your president.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He is?
The Nile is not just a river in Egypt.
He still's your president.
He's your president.
Okay, so he is. Okay.
Keith, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Thank you. We'll continue this conversation.
We have to.
I'm sure
and I hope folks check me out on Praise 95.1 and The Answer 1380. I'm on both stations, and I like the fact that I can come over here and hang out with you every once in a while at FM News Talk 97.1.
And Keith's a lot like me because he said it kills him he's not on the radio every day because he's got to wait till Saturday for all this to build up.
That's right. Saturday morning at 8 o'clock.
And then you talk about it again. Thanks, buddy.
Mark.
Appreciate it.
Right,
314-241-9797. All the phone lines are full, but one becomes open. We'll get you on the air. We'll be right back.
And they all started grooving. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the man at the back said, everyone attack, and he turned into a ballroom.
97.1 News Time, 8:20 at 67 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education is dealing with a $200 million shortfall in K-12 public transportation funding. Illinois is going to build a $150 million prison mental health and medical facility. The U.S. Coast Guard has referred the investigation into the deadly duck boat accident on Table Rock Lake to federal prosecutors. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night. They play tonight at 9:10. This report brought to you by RP Lumber. Best service, best value. 97.1 News Time, 8:21. It's 67 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
What a mess on 44 this morning. It remains closed westbound 44 and traffic diverted at Gray Summit due to that overnight accident. Now, this involved 2 tractor trailers and a pickup. Again, eastbound lanes are open, westbound is closed. And the volume this morning on northbound 270 is still pretty slow. We've got a lot of volume, 21 through Manchester. Eastbound 44 drivers slow at 270. One more time at Laclede Station Road. Accident reported Lafayette at Jefferson in the city. Southbound 270 slow at Highway 70. Most of the eastbound 40 volume is between 270 and Big Bend. Westbound is still slow, though, and that's mainly approaching Hampton out through McCausland. We've got a jam on the Poplar Street Bridge, still some volume on the McKinley Bridge. Westbound 70 slow at Jennings Station, and eastbound 70 is slow at 270. Traffic brought to you by Meineke. With services from oil change to brake repair, the team at Meineke has you covered. And right now, get a basic oil change for only $19.95. Meineke, on with life. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 8:22.
Well, no matter what you're in need of, maybe it's a new cap. You can usually tell if you got a dental problem coming on, a little bit of pain here. Maybe you haven't had your gums checked in a long time, and that's important stuff. That's what they do with Dr. Michael White, DDS. He's instructed his staff about his priorities with his patient's health, and it's a primary focus of his practice. It's different than where he came from, because he came from a bigger practice with multiple dentists and multiple hygienists, and you were never quite sure who you were going to see when you walked through the door. That's not the way it is at Dr. Michael White, DDS. You go visit him in Sunset Hills, right there on Lindbergh near 44. It's a different experience. It's the way it's designed to be. You sit down in the chair for your dental exam. They're not just doing the normal teeth cleaning and the probing for cavities and all that. They're taking, they're scraping the side of your gum and taking a sample and putting it under a microscope and showing you some of the bacteria that can exist in your mouth and checking pH levels and explaining how that can affect your health otherwise. I had never, in all of my years, had a dentist do that before, and it was eye-opening. So if you want that different experience too, if you're not getting that level of care from your dentist, go see my dentist, Dr. Michael White, DDS. Call him at 314-270-8552. 314-270-8552. Call him today or visit sunsethills.dentist.
Hi, I'm Steve All of the All Financial Group. We often talk about how to get you to the retirement finish line, but there's another finish line we're focusing on this fall. At the All Financial Group, we're a proud sponsor of the 2018 St. Jude Walk Run to End Childhood Cancer. The children of St. Jude were my inspiration as I completed my very first marathon. Their stories helped give me strength on even the toughest training days. St. Jude has helped push the overall survival rate for childhood cancer to 80% today. But they won't stop until no child dies from cancer. Let's help them get to the finish line. Join me at the starting line on Saturday, September the 22nd at the St. Louis Arch Grounds in honor of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Or make a donation and find out more about joining the team at steveall.com. That's STEVEAUL.com.
So chances are you're driving right now, and you probably weren't thinking about needing gas until this very second. Now, if you need gas and want to get more out of your miles, then you should stop by Phillips 66, because right now when you buy 8 gallons of gas, we'll give you up to 50% off St. Louis Cardinals tickets, so you can fill up and head to a game. Phillips 66. Live to the full. See official rules for details. While supplies last. Valid April 1st, 2018 through September 25th, 2018. Last day to obtain a voucher is September 23rd, 2018. Last day to redeem is September 25th, 2018. Copyright 2018 Phillips 66 Company. All rights reserved.
Dear beloved home, you've always been there for us. From our kids playing in the bathtub when they were little to teaching our son how to shave for the very first time. But now we have 3 teenagers, and it's created quite the traffic jam. Right Bath by Mosby gave us a wide variety of design choices, all in the latest styles to reflect our tastes. Thank you, Right Bath, for helping us bring an end to the daily bathroom wars and for helping us love our home again for years to come.
Call 909-1820 or visit rightbath.com. Right Bath by Mosby. Home never felt so good.
The Annie Fry Show.
Have you seen Dinesh D'Souza's new movie, Death of a Nation? Wednesday, we talked to Dinesh about the direction of the country and his effort to expose it. Plus, we react to the Manafort verdict.
Annie Fry, weekdays noon to 3 on FM News Talk 97.1. Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Show some RESPICT.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, let me get to a couple of phone calls here real quick. Lynn, you're on the radio. Thank you.
Hi, great music. Anytime you can play Boston or Journey, I'm there.
I'm with you.
I just wanted to say, I don't know the gentleman's last name, but his first name was Keith, yes?
Keith Antone, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to disagree with him as far as President Trump being an embarrassment to the country. I think the embarrassment to the country is when you have a sitting president running around the world bowing to foreign leaders and apologizing for how bad America has been. And when people start to realize that unless President Trump, or any president for that matter, has committed high crimes and misdemeanors, they're not going anywhere. It don't make no difference. They're not going anywhere. And if you think that, I think it was kind of impugning your character about standing up for President Trump, that Hillary Clinton, if she were in, I wonder if they'd feel the same way. I wonder if they would charge her with high crimes and misdemeanors, because she is the one that has committed high crimes and misdemeanors.
Lynn, on top of everything, and this is what the left will always say, and I appreciate the call. This is what they'll always say when you come back to this is, why do you have to bring up Hillary Clinton every time? Here's the bottom line. If Hillary Clinton had been elected, you never would have heard about Michael Strzok's text messages or any of that stuff to his lover, deriding Donald Trump and supporting Hillary Clinton, showing bias in the middle of that investigation. That investigation never would have been brought up again, and Peter Strzok would still be in his position of authority, and Jim Comey would probably still be FBI director, although I suspect that Hillary Clinton would have fired him as well. Sally, you're on the radio. Go ahead.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, listen, that woman nailed it. And Keith is kind of a waste of our airtime, as a listener, Mark. Anyway, I think the black eye on this country is what the anti-Trump people have been doing for the last 2 years. And I would love to find out what an unlimited investigation into everybody, every single anti-Trump participant in Washington and Hollywood. I'd love to find out what a full investigation into their past dealings would turn up. The other question I have is, with this fraudulent bank loan application, bottom line, did he pay the money back? I mean, if he...
Cohen? Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm talking about Manafort. If he paid the money back, I wonder how many people fudge on their bank loans. Let's
I don't know.
Do an investigation.
Sally, I got to run. I appreciate the call. Yeah, I don't know about that. I figure they were after him for tax evasion too, but clearly they overshot. They only got 8 of the 18 charges they were trying to bring against him. All right, the president rolled back that clean power plan yesterday. It kind of got covered up with everything else that was going on. We'll talk to the acting administrator of the EPA coming up.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, light winds, lower humidity, 70s to near 80 degrees. Tonight, clear and cool, 70s for evening plans, 58 for the overnight low. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny and nice. Temperatures again near 80 degrees. Looking for showers and thunderstorms developing Thursday night and into Friday. We got a hot weekend coming up. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
I'm Jennifer Kushinka with Your Money Now. U.S. and Chinese officials are set to resume contentious trade talks today under the cloud of a prediction by President Trump that there would be no real progress. The discussions among mid-level officials could set a framework for further negotiations as each country prepares to hit the other with new tariffs tomorrow in a deepening dispute over China's economic policies. The 2 days of meetings are the first formal U.S.-China trade talks since June. After more than a century behind bars, the beasts on boxes of animal crackers can now roam free. Mondelez, the parent company of Nabisco, has redesigned its packaging in response to pressure from PETA, which has been protesting the use of animals in circuses for more than 30 years. The new boxes of free-roaming animals are now on store shelves. A Mickey Mantle jersey from the 1964 World Series has been sold at auction for $1.3 million. It was the jersey Mantle wore when he homered in Games 6 and 7 at St. Louis to give him 18 for his career. That's Your Money Now.
My number 2 does not look like a number 2. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number 3?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms: frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Your money matters. Brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, your dealer for Marvin Windows and Doors in the St. Louis region. FisherWindow.com. Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Good news, crews have just reopened westbound 44 at Gray Summit after that earlier accident that happened overnight. The lanes are now open. Traffic is starting to thin out, but it's going to take a while. We had a pretty good jam going behind that. Southbound 270 still jammed at Highway 70 this morning. Northbound 270 stacked up. It's slow in pockets 21 through Manchester. Just moderate volume now for eastbound 6440 drivers between Lindbergh and Big Bend. Westbound still slow, Hampton through McCausland. Southbound 170 slow at 6440. And still very heavy volume crossing the Poplar Street Bridge. Looks like eastbound 70 slow at 270 and westbound is slow at Jennings Station. Traffic brought to you by Meineke. With services from oil change to brake repair, the team at Meineke has you covered. And right now, get a basic oil change for only $19.95. Meineke, on with life. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 8:33.
Don't miss your opportunity to have the folks at Rhino Shield over and, by the way, save 25%. Because that's what they're offering right now, sort of an end-of-summer special. Darren said, listen, folks have been putting this off. There's no reason to do that. Just have them call me. I'm going to come over. I'll show them what we can do to their house, and then I'm going to take 25% off of the estimate. That's a great deal. First of all, this is more affordable than you think to begin with. Now you're getting Rhino Shield on the outside of your house. You're saving 25%. You don't have to worry about it for 25 years. See where we're going there with this 25 thing? It kind of works. A 25-year transferable warranty. So brick, stucco, whatever you got on the outside of your house, they can cover it with this product, and it just seals it. And it protects it against the wind and the rain and the snow and the sleet. You don't have to worry about it again. And if you sell your house, you just hand that warranty over to the next person who's going to buy it from you. It's a great deal. It really is. So when they come out to your house, they're going to be there about a week. They put 2 to 3 coats on, and then you can forget about it. You don't have to ever paint again. It's a great deal. I've got it on my house, and I love it. I'm 10 years in now, and this stuff is durable. Let me tell you. 877-25-RHINO. Tell them you want 25% off. Call them today. Go to their website at 877-25rhino.com.
Head to Mid-America Arms. From firearms to accessories, you won't find a better selection in Mid-America, including guns, rifles, knives, ammo, holsters, cases, and more. From Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Glock, Benelli, Sig Sauer, and others. Ask their no-commission sales assistants about their trade-in policy, transfers, rebates, and info about concealed carry and basic firearms training. Mid-America Arms, 8205 Gravois Road, and at midamericaarms.com. That's midamericaarms.com.
Did you know AAA offers competitive rates on auto insurance? Go to AAA.com/insurance for a free quote today and find out how much you could save. Insurance through AAA. Visit AAA.com/insurance today.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Gateway Area Accurate Dealers Summer Performance Event has finally arrived. Drive home a new 2019 RDX for $4,200 less than an Audi Q5. GatewayAreaAccurateDealers.com. RDX MSRP $37,300. Dealers set their own price. Destination and handling are extra.
Are you nearing retirement and wondering if you can afford to retire? Are you worried that you won't have enough income in retirement to live the same lifestyle as you are now? Are you also wondering how the stock market will affect your current retirement plans? This is Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, and we'd like to show you the kind of income your retirement accounts can provide, whether you're retiring now or even in the next 5 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation financial review. We'll build your own personalized, structured income plan that will show you exactly the type of retirement you can count on. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my best-selling book, The Boomer's Guide to a Worry-Free Retirement. I've been helping retirees and pre-retirees achieve a worry-free retirement for 31 years. Call me now at 314-993-9494 or visit us online at retirementkey.com. Once again, that's 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Glad you're back with us. You know, I have often made the point on this program over the last few years that the previous administration had an anti-energy plan. That's primarily what they did. Their stated goal, the stated goal of our previous president, was to make you stop using fossil fuels. Even though everybody who drives an electric car plugs it into an outlet in St. Louis that's powered by the Sioux coal-burning power plant that sits up at the confluence of our two rivers here. And that's what most people seem to have ignored. And I was thrilled when I heard that the administration is going to roll back this anti-energy plan that was put into place by the previous administration. We're fortunate enough this morning to have Acting EPA Administrator Andrew Wheeler on the phone with us. Mr. Wheeler, good to have you on.
Thanks, Mark. Great to be on your show.
I appreciate that. Tell me what this is all about, because when I just glance at the headlines this morning, the LA Times tells me all that's going to happen is that more people are going to die because of what you've done here.
And that's absolutely not true, as I'm sure you know.
Sure.
First of all, President Trump last year he ran on this during his campaign, and last year he asked the EPA to take a look at the Obama Clean Power Plan and to repeal, replace, revise it. And that's what we announced yesterday. We are replacing it with the Affordable Clean Energy Rule. And with this rule, we will work more collaboratively with the states to make sure that the states are moving forward to make their energy production more energy efficient. But what this is not doing, it's not dictating to the states. It's not social engineering, which is what the Obama EPA did. And the L.A. Times and the New York Times both have attacked this, saying that air quality is going to get worse, and that's just not true. We just released our Air Trends report 3 weeks ago that shows that our air quality is 73% cleaner than it was in the 1970s, and all those regulations that got us to the 73% cleaner are still in effect. They'll be in effect tomorrow. They'll be in effect next year. What we're doing is working with all the states, all 50 states, so that the states can set their energy targets themselves. I don't think the Attorney General of New York, who announced yesterday she was going to sue us before she even read the proposal, I don't think she should dictate to Missouri what their energy usage should be, and I don't think the U.S. EPA should either. What we need to do and what we will be doing is working collaboratively with all 50 states, including Missouri.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. The bottom line is when that plan was first rolled out, there were a lot of power co-ops in Southern Illinois, and Ameren, who is our local power company here, announced that a number of them were going to have to shut down because the cost of upgrading those plants to meet some of these requirements was just cost prohibitive. It just made no sense, which I think was ultimately the goal of that plan.
Yes, it really was. They were going after coal. We're not doing that. We're not picking winners and losers. I don't think that's the job of the U.S. EPA. The Obama proposal would have caused double-digit price increases for over 40 states on their electricity prices. Our plan will not do that. We will continue to clean up the air. We will continue to reduce CO2, but at the same time, we're looking out for American consumers to make sure that their utility prices don't skyrocket. And when utility prices go up, it really impacts senior citizens and lower economic families the hardest. They spend the most percentage of their income on electricity, and oftentimes when their prices go up, they have to make choices between what bills to pay. And we want to make sure that that doesn't happen under the Trump administration going forward.
Yeah, we're talking to Andrew Wheeler, who's the acting administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. The St. Louis area, and I think this figure may be a couple years old, at one point was required, I think it relied about 60 or 70% of all the energy we get here from the St. Louis area came from coal-fired power plants. I mean, that's significant. You can't just replace that overnight.
No, you can't. And it's important to note, however, that those plants aren't the dirty plants of the 1970s. All those plants have had cleaner technologies installed over the years. And I think that's something that a lot of people, and particularly in the Obama administration and some of the environmental organizations, don't acknowledge, the fact that a lot of these plants have cleaned up their emissions over the years, and that's how we got to the 73% cleaner than the 1970s.
And Administrator Wheeler, let me ask one more technical question here. I was a reporter in town here for the local CBS affiliate for a long time. I remember going out to one of these coal-burning power plants at the time that these policies under the Obama administration were still being considered and hadn't been put in place yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what they also did was, in addition to the scrubbers that were already on there that I'm sure cost millions and millions of dollars, they added yet another layer of restrictions on the kind of emissions that could come out of this plant that had not previously been covered, correct?
Yes, they did. And it's important to note the Obama proposal, 27 states sued to stop it, and the U.S. Supreme Court issued an historic stay to stop it. They really were operating, according to the 27 states outside the law. And what we're doing is putting forward a proposal that fits within the law that Congress gave us, it fits within the Clean Air Act, and it's a reasonable approach to make sure that the states can decide where their energy is going to come from.
Fantastic. And, I was glad to see our hometown Peabody Energy here is doing better these days, certainly under the Trump administration because of these common sense policies. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, Mark. And I just want to tell you, sitting here in Washington, D.C., I would really love to have some Ted Drew's frozen custard.
I'm sure
that when I was in law school at Washington University, and on a hot day like this, I miss that.
I'm sure you do, sir. We can probably arrange that if you want some.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Andrew Wheeler, their acting administrator of the EPA, and obviously Washington University graduate, so he knows. So these are the kinds of things that are just common sense. And when you have ideologues like the Obama environmental nuts that we had in office before, they're tying up all of the land out west where you can't drill anything. You can't drill anything offshore. The restrictions were ridiculous. Here's the bottom line. It's not about being against alternative energy sources. If Elon Musk can ever figure out how to harness solar energy into a battery so that you can store it longer than a couple of hours, good for him. I mean, that'll be groundbreaking. I hope we can do that. What I've argued all along is we're not there yet. Fossil fuels still generate the majority of power that we need to run this country and run it well. What the Obama administration intended to do was to choke that off. One thing you can't do right now is go strap a solar panel on your car and drive it even to Jefferson City. Doesn't work. Doesn't generate enough power. So we have to have a common sense approach to this. And just like Administrator Wheeler pointed out, the same laws that have reduced pollution by 73 or 74% since the 1970s are all still in effect. Nothing changed. All we did was in some of the ridiculous overregulation added again by the previous administration. And for that, we have one more reason to be thankful that she didn't win in 2016. 314-241-9797. 2 vouchers to the Blues for the preseason. We're giving away every day this week. Be caller number 12 to 314-241-9797. Caller 12 gets 2 tickets to a Blues preseason game. You'll get a voucher. So you can go to the game of your choice, I imagine. We'll have all the details for you and get to more phone calls coming up.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
.97 News Time, 8:46. It's 67 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education is dealing with a $200 million shortfall in K-12 public transportation funding. Illinois is going to build a $150 million prison mental health and medical facility. In sports, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 5-2 last night. They play tonight at 9:10. 97.1 News Time, 8:47.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Westbound 44 has been reopened at Gray Summit. It had been closed there for most of the morning due to an overnight fatal accident. We still have a lot of volume on eastbound 6440. In fact, we've got an accident reported near Lindbergh. It's stop and go between Lindbergh and Big Bend. Westbound is slow, approaching Clayton-Skinker out through McCausland. Southbound 170 slow at 64. Northbound 270, most of the volume now is Big Bend through Doherty Ferry. Still a jam on the Poplar Street Bridge, and still a slow go on southbound 270, headed for Highway 70. Traffic brought to you by Meineke. With services from oil change to brake repair, the team at Meineke has you covered. And right now, get a basic oil change for only $19.95. Meineke, on with life. I'm Sue Thomas with traffic. 97.1 News Time is 8:48.
Well, the great thing about the great economy that we have going right now is that sales of houses are still good. I see it in my neighborhood all the time. And what that means is they're going for good prices, which if you're sitting in your house and you're not selling anytime soon, means you've got some equity that's built up. It's just that simple. If you need money for some reason, whether it's a car or you need to fix the deck or you've got a wedding coming up or whatever the case may be, you can access cash at a low interest rate by refinancing and accessing some of that equity that's built up in your home. Golden Oak Lending can explain it all better than I can, but you call them at 314-567-GOLD and say, here's what I need. And they'll tell you if they can help you or not. And maybe you refinanced fairly recently, you're not sure it's going to be worth your time, call them and ask. Maybe you don't think you've got enough equity in your house, call them and ask. They probably refinanced the person down the street from you. They know the neighborhoods. They're right here in St. Louis. This is not some internet-based company. They're in St. Louis. They operate right here. So you're dealing with people in your hometown, not halfway across the country somewhere. That is important. So if they can't close your loan, no appraisal charge from Golden Oak Lending. That's how they operate. 314-567-GOLD. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, Tim Jones here for my guys at Universal Windows Direct. It is time to take care of all those drafty, chipped, foggy windows and call my guys at Universal Windows Direct. Their patented foam super spacer technology created by NASA creates a better seal than traditional metal spacers. Your windows will last longer and you'll save money on your energy bills. These new windows will make your home more beautiful. Every window is custom made for your home, from wood trim to premium vinyl, the added security of cam-style locks. It's like looking at a brand new home, all backed up by the true lifetime warranty. You're covered for as long as you own your home, 30 years to the next homeowner. That makes Universal Windows Direct windows the last ones you'll ever need. Stop suffering with drafty, chipped windows. Call my guys at Universal Windows Direct. For every window you buy, the next one's free. There's no limits to that. 0% financing for 36 months, free installation, all backed up with the true lifetime warranty. As long as you own your home, 30 years to the next homeowner. How can you beat that? Call to schedule your free in-home estimate today, 314-878-0300. Go to universalwindowsstlouis.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Law Office of Lance Drury here in St. Louis. I'm sure you've seen or heard ads where people owed the IRS thousands of dollars and their tax bills were miraculously reduced to nothing. I'm here to tell you, the same companies that run those ads are the ones that routinely force clients to call me when they don't resolve their IRS problems and stop returning calls. Look, the IRS doesn't make it easy to resolve a case. So don't waste precious time and money. Contact me, Lance Drury, today. I'm a local tax attorney and I've helped hundreds resolve their IRS problems quickly and cost efficiently. Schedule a free confidential appointment and let's take control of your situation and protect your legal rights. Remember, if you have IRS issues, you have legal issues. You need an experienced tax attorney. You need me, Lance Drury. Call 314-260-6120 or toll free 888-367-6512 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the Radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the Radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
FM News Talk 97.1. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Follow Mark on Twitter at MarcCox971.
However, he would like to thank Judge Ellis for granting him a fair trial, thank the jury for their very long and hard-fought deliberations. He is evaluating all of his options at this point.
Paul Manafort's attorney. Meanwhile, Michael Cohen's attorney and Bill Clinton's attorney, Lanny Davis, that's just a sickening coincidence, isn't it, that these two are together, are going to go to Paul Manafort, and are going to go to, Bob Mueller, and they're going to try to suggest that they have evidence of collusion because of that meeting at Trump Tower. They keep going back to this meeting at Trump Tower with the woman who worked for the same person as the Fusion GPS founder Glenn Simpson. They were both working together to get this Magnitsky Act overturned in the United States. And miraculously, she shows up at Trump Tower during the campaign. I'm convinced it was all a plant. But now Lanny Davis claims that Michael Cohen claims that Trump knew about all of that, and it was all about getting dirt, and it's obviously they were trying. So I guess my question would be, nothing came out of the meeting. Right? My hairdresser is Russian. Can I just mention that? So I guess I'm guilty of colluding with the Russian because I go sit down and I talk to her when she cuts my hair. Nothing came out of that meeting. Meanwhile, the Democrats spent $6 million to go to Russia and try to dig up dirt on Donald Trump. What am I missing here? I thought this was interesting. Senator Berg, go to cut 32 for me real quick.
We recently re-engaged Mr. Cohen and his team following press reports that suggested he had advanced knowledge of a June 16th meeting between campaign officials and a Russian lawyer at the Trump Tower. Mr. Cohen had testified before the committee that he was not aware of any meeting prior to this disclosure in the press last summer. As such, the committee inquired of Mr. Cohen's legal team as to whether Mr. Cohen stood by his testimony. They responded that he did stand by his testimony.
So, was he telling the truth then, Lanny Davis, or is he telling the truth now? Because now Lanny Davis claims that Michael Cohen does claim that they knew about it. So don't you see what's going on here? His boys are in a vice, and he's got an opportunity to negotiate, and that's what he's doing. He's trying to give Mueller a nugget of something, but he's destroyed his own credibility because he's already testified under oath to exactly the opposite thing. This is a witch. It is a witch hunt. There's no doubt about that, and that's just further proof of it. So anyway, I'm out of time. Have I talked enough?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Denise.
You've got about 30 more seconds,
I appreciate
though.
that.
So
I
fill
know.
those.
I know. I will. I'm just saying. It's just so obvious what's going on here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be distracted by it. Focus on the real important things that happened yesterday, like the fact that an illegal alien who never should have been here took the life of a beautiful 20-year-old American student. And let's talk about what's important. That is the bottom line, right? Ultimately. I'll see you tomorrow. Annie Fry's Up Today, noon to 3. Have a great day.
This is the Long-Term Care Minute. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, of the 16 million veterans who served during World War II, less than 558,000 are still alive. To make things worse, many of them now need long-term care. With the average cost of nursing home care approaching $7,000